it's agony time. Oh, there's a lot of messages that I need to clear out. Hold on. Yeah, I don't close my OBS. I leave my computer running, so I need to wipe those. Anyway, hello. It's well, first it's agony time due to pulls, and then it's agony time due to story. So, you know, it is what it is. Okay, oh, sorry, I just need to update my audio. I really gotta just get like a Sharpie and mark it on my audio interface, because it's a little ridiculous that I need to like adjust it. Not even Originium may force my life. Okay, first off, news. Here, let's look, shall we? We have new ambient synesthesia outfits. Logos outfit, stainless outfit, who I still don't have, but goddamn, does that stainless outfit look so good? And an Ina's outfit. There's so many to pick up. And then we got new modules. Do you know we got I didn't even know. I forgot we were getting Ina's module. Dude, max redeployment is insane. Buy them all? I could, but that's a lot of skins. But yeah, what's it called? Reduced redeployment time? First redeployment time reduced by 35% is pretty good, all things considered, for Ina's. And then I saw that we also got a new Mudrock module. Wish of the Fertile Earth. Take 50% less damage from enemies blocked versus when there are no allies in the surrounding 8 tiles, attack and defense is increased. And then... oh! Interesting. So Wish of the Fertile Earth just straight up. Well, okay, you take 35% less damage from Sarkaz enemies and deal 20% more damage to non-Sarkaz enemies. Whoa. What else is there? There's one more. Somewhere. Where's that last one? Oh, it's Logos. Oh, a new Logos module. Semantics Paradigm Encyclopedia. Gain 1 SP when normal attacks hit an elite or leader enemy. And then slow it. So 2 random targets. There's a 40% chance to deal 65% attack as arch damage to 2 random targets within attack range. No longer is it just 1. But there you don't get any necrosis. That's interesting. New modules. Wow. I don't have Puzzle Surfer Cantabile, so I don't have Alana. But that's interesting. And then we have Dissociative Recombination, and I saw that we have a new resource. What is this resource? Is there a way for me to look at it? No. Maybe it's in the store? I want to see what this resource is called. No, it's not in the store. You don't pull for a blonde and then she spooks you? Yeah. Maybe it's in a recipe? It's in a recipe somewhere, probably. Workshop. I probably don't have access to the recipe, but it still probably shows up. So... no, it's this fucker? This is the, oh, I can't make any cyclocene prefab. Clear S9 4? No retreat. Huh, I haven't done that yet. This is the triangle thing you make for Enfield whenever you have to make like mid-tier gear. And you need to recycle a bunch of carbon dust. And chiral refractor. I wonder what the lore entries for those are.
Got a light, Doctor?
And then we have Dissociative Recombination. Whoa. This is a very different UI. Closures back up. You get... oh, you get an outfit for Asbestos. And then Misty City. Oh, there's a ton of Sanity samplers. And a Rose Island supply crate. Off-board checklist. Clear 15. Get courage. Interesting. But you get some resources from clearing the hard mode. So if you finish all of chapter 14, or chapter 15, it goes through. Alright. Alright. I know what some of you are here for. I know some of you are not story enjoyers. That's a-okay. I also know some of you are just specifically... oh yeah, hold on, wait. New ambient synesthesia outfits. Let's look at those. I didn't do Annihilation? I did do Annihilation. This is the other Annihilation. This is the one that isn't the one on the docket. Orange ticket? Oh, yeah, I've got some of them. But let's look at the outfits. Oh, they're all live. These 4 are live to the... ooh. I know some of you also need to catch up. That's a really good live 2D skin. That's also a really, like, nice outfit. The material's on 15.9? Oh, this isn't live today. Oh, okay. But the Logos one... I like that they... I saw a post where it was like, why did they release the Logos skin at the same time as Logos having to evacuate everyone from the land ship? Also, I was reading through the main story to catch up over the weekend. Holy shit. Logos actually just carries most of Rhodes Island. Like, it's Ascalon and Logos. Everyone else is kind of like just a side character. It's like their solution. Oh, Nashor King? Logos. Envoy of Souls? Logos. The Vampire King? Logos. It's just logos after logos after logos. I didn't realize he was like a full-on lord. I remember reading Babel and like they designated him as a lord, but I didn't realize that meant like he was actually one of the strongest banshees. And then this Milsa skin looks really good. The stainless skin is also really nice. Although his tails are really close to his drill for no reason. Oh, wait, these cats are really cute. Oh, I kind of want to buy the stainless skin. We'll decide later. Okay. We have 2 orange tickets. Now let's see how we do. I don't think I have like any pity stocked up.
I'm Lava, a caster, here to join you simply because...
So, let's do 2 here. Alright.
Are you...
So, no luck, no one and dones. So let's see what it is from here. Ah, it's just regular. Ooh, that's rough, only 2. Oh, I got the new Abjurer though. Oh, I got Fire Whistle, nice. Fire Whistle pot. Alright, well, that's it. That's my... Keep going, I'm not... Guys, the Lemuin banner is like right around the corner. It's right around the corner. I can't be going She's an artificer? What does she do? Oh! Ignore 40 defense when attacking enemies. That's it? What about the other one? 60 defense. 60 defense isn't bad. Increase talents at 1.4 times. The spine is needed. Is the spine really needed? Because the issue is if I do go for this, then one more 10 pull. Alright, you know what? We're gonna flip a coin. Alright, heads. Oh, I need to get rid of this text. Heads we pull, tails we don't pull. Man, my luck is not great. My luck is not great today. In loving memory of the long gone. Kevin's not dead. Kevin's not dead. Heads pull 10, tails pull 9+1. That's alright. Alright, I'll pull a little bit of OP. So in case you didn't know, there was a sale for Google Play games on the PC emulator. So I bought my double top up. But you may be wondering why I have so much OP. I bought the double top up. If he's dead to you, does that count? I mean, I guess. Alright, alright. Well, we will abide by the rules of the gambling. It's no longer worth it. Wait, who the fuck is that guy? Is that the new 4-star? Oh, it's Windscoot. It's a new 4-star. Liberator? Oh well, she's standard, so yeah, that's all we can really expect. All right, so let's decide my squad for this. All in? We're not doing all in. Let's decide our squad for this. So I have to take Logos. We'll take Myrtle. I'm gonna take Civilite Eterna. No monsters. How many pulls? Just a little 22. It's not worth it. She's standard, and we have Lemuin and Exucii around the corner. I can't be going too hard. Yeah, but I can get her later. It's not 100% is. We'll see. We'll see by the end of the month. We will take. So worth. Is it worth because of the operator, or is it worth because it's the extension of Cult Sit? Only rewards the greedy, not the. Why not both? Okay, so we'll take these three. We'll take Amiya. Okay, if it's 100% accurate, I should be taking Wizardel. I need a Vanguard. We'll take Inez. Is it chapter 15 stages? Yeah, I'm trying to decide what party I want. We'll take. Who else? My Hoderer isn't built, otherwise I would take Hoderer. Was it only in chapter 15? Oh, okay. Maybe Nightingale. I have a lot of medics already. Don't do it, fast guy. Blaze is still level 1. Don't worry about that. Specialist, we'll take Ascalon. Elite Ops. Yeah, I know Blaze is there. Blaze is level 1 though. Like my Blaze is just straight at level 1. I could take Blaze Alter, but I think that's like in like a later timeline. Not Honeyberry. I need a guard. Alright, we'll take Mountain. And now Defenders. Take Cora? Gummy. Nah, we'll take Chew.
Getting this crew together wasn't easy.
One last one.
You better make them count.
We're gonna pretend that Thorn's Altar is
Doctor,
is there.
take
He's
the helm
Rhodes
for
Island.
now. This will be a tough battle, and my crew needs me to fight shoulder to shoulder with
This
them.
is yeah, this is like pretty different from my usual. Well, no, it's not that different from my usual, but it's definitely got some new additions. Like I would never use Medic Amiya. I would never willingly bring both Civilite and Blaze and Logos on the same squad. Orphan should be there. Oh, you're right. Maybe instead of Nightingale, I bring Orphan. He's Iberian? Yeah, but he's still Rhodes Island. Like, it's still Thorns.
Wait, I need to prepare my equipment first.
We find our hearts yearning. Oh, wait! It changes! So the last one was Cultsit. So here's Amiya. Oh, does it not change often? Oh, it doesn't change often. Segregation zone. When moments fade in cosmic streams and stars in silence sigh, the boundless thread of ancient dreams unfolds across the Originium. Simulation score. Earned simulation points earn extra rewards. Oh, you can unlock the H stages super early. The end of past and present tells with silence the last light breaking in, and still hour is come of the sea tumbling in harness. Dude, the sea? Seaborn? Where we're doing the Seaborn? Where it's Seaborn actually? It's never been a priestess threat all along. It's always been Seaborn? Are we reading the story or just gameplay? I caught up to chapter 15. Or I read through all of chapter 14 and the last vignette of the See You Soon, just so that I could do story today. we are reading story, and we will probably be doing story tomorrow if I take too long. So again, if you guys don't wish to be spoiled, then I would click away. This is your one warning where you will yeah, this is your one warning for any spoiler warnings. If you choose to continue, I am reading, but it's been released for like 8 hours, so chances are you guys have already read it, or you guys don't care and you're just here to watch me read it. So either way, universe. Have I checked the event store? Yeah, I did. I saw the skin for Asbestos. Does anyone use Asbestos? It kind of seems like no one uses Asbestos. Weren't I on like chapter 13? Yeah, I read all I read chapter 11, 12, 13, and 14 over the weekend. Because I use the GitHub reader, and I read way faster on my phone and iPad than I do in this client. How should we interpret this word with mathematics, physics, faith, imagination? We exhausted our minds attempting to define this still unfamiliar word in a variety of languages, and arrogantly claimed to have mastered true knowledge. So why are most of us silent when destruction is so near? You cannot turn back from knowledge. Since we have glimpsed the partial truths of countless fallacies, it is only natural that we cannot retreat into the darkness of ignorance and ignore the advent of the end. I think perhaps I've touched on the key to resolving this ultimate question. Use the language you and I created. It's time for this war to end, Doctor. The purple flames ignited by the Jad Draco have accelerated the course of the war. Once the Exemplars and the Ducal Alliance's troops push onto Nesalim's final stronghold, our goal of concluding this war will finally be within reach. But, Dr. Kaltsit, how long will it take for us to cover this short stretch? There's no way to tell, Amiya. Dude, Nashor King? Oh, come on! How did we fuck this up? Why is it why is it the closed carrots I like, how do we fuck up the italics? Come on. Originium. Bloody Originiums really chopped this battleship in halves. I have to remain here and continue the fight with the local garrison. Look at the log. Oh, it works in the log. That's bullshit. How do we fuck this up? Sorry, kid. I can't go on with you. Oh my god, it's... this whole time we've seen nothing but ruins and dead. No garrisons up. Jesus Christ, that is like the most upfront Originium infection we've ever seen. Also, please don't call me kid. The monastery has already celebrated my coming of age. You remind me of my daughter. See the light shining up high there? That's part of Her Grace, the Duke of Castor's Gloriana. That gun's still working, which means the news I got from the broadcast is true. My squad served the Duke, so I have to go back. But your wound? I can walk, since you helped patch me up. But you, are you sure you want to go back to the city? It's the most polluted place there is. The active Originium in there will be the death of you. The bishop told me that the kind of person who saved me from the mines went through hell and back to deliver me all the way to the monastery. So I knew from an early age that salvation never comes without cost. Don't worry about me. The clergy taught me many ways to keep myself safe. As long as I can save one more person, anyone, before I reach my end. To be frank, this is the first time I've seen a cleric as devout as you. Your kind heart is the pride of Victoria. Dude, clerics are real? Does she pray to priestess? The bishop says faith is not at all for pride or glory. The faithful believe with sincerity that good deeds will better this land. Better this land? Maybe. But anyway, thanks little Countess, for everything. Could you help me out one last time, kid? If you make it back to the city, if my family, and my daughter is still there, please tell her that Papa has always protected her. The Victorian soldier struggles to raise his injured arm and gives a non-standard salute to the Countess, before calmly turning towards the distant wreckage and vanishing into the thicket of Originium. The Countess looks to the faint light emanating from the ship's gun and cannot help but to sigh. Artillery sounds in the distance, and the tiny Countess continues towards the city on the horizon, Londinium. I hear the cannon fire too, Doctor. Madame Catherine's crawler is already assaulting the Nashor front. But will the war end once we beat them? and the innocents who've suffered, what will happen to them? There's no way to save every single life in war, Mia. What we can do is help the Londiniers end this misery as soon as we can. And that means the Nashor aren't our ultimate problem. Yeah, racism is your ultimate problem. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that is like the... Because most of the time it's like black rock, right? For originium infection. This is like fresh. That's like originite prime infection. She's got like the ultimate infection. Mary, Davy, please don't tell anyone else this kid is hiding here. I met him at the city walls and he has nowhere to go. His parents are Londiniers, he said, and he met you two in the park a long while ago, yes? I don't remember. You helped us and I promised to help you, but he's not you. Thank you. He'll just hide here and won't run off or make a sound. I guarantee he won't give anyone a fright. Dude, that poor child. I'll be back soon. I promised someone I'd find his daughter. It's impossible for me to protect you out there when there's so many hostiles. Sorry, I couldn't find anywhere better for you to settle down. I've helped quite a lot of people here though, so I trust these kids to keep you safe. Dude, she's like as tall as the kid. This countess is like as tall as the kid, and she says she had her coming of age ceremony. The tiny Sarkaz tugs sharply on the countess's arm, but touches the pointy Originium crystals instead. He pulls back his hand on reflex. Sorry, when I was with my pa and ma, we rarely came in contact with the infected. I'll come back for you. Poor child. Oh, wait. Wait, he's Sarkaz. Uh-oh. Victoria's on a little bit of an anti-Sarkaz streak right now. The Countess is not gone for long. When she arrives at the soldier's home as directed, there is nothing left. But letters found in the ruin tell her the soldier's daughter joined a force rebelling against the Sarkaz in the city, the Exemplars. It is a difficult journey for the Countess as she returns to the refuge. When the Victorians joined forces to attack the Sarkaz front at the Palace of Westhellig, Originium continued to spread throughout the city. There are still also those mad Sarkaz mercenaries wandering recklessly around, as if they lost any semblance of humanity. Her head hurts, from the city's terrible condition, but also from the horrific black crystals on her body. Might be nearing my end now, Father Bishop. I think what's crazy about the Sarkaz mercenaries is that, like, they got their bloodline enhancement from the ritual, and then now without the military commission, they're just angry? Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. You're a mercenary. Your priority should be, like, money. Just fucking leave. It should be more profitable for you to leave and survive than to be a madman roaming around slaughtering everyone. Excuse me. Were you the troops who protected the people here from those mercenaries? Yes, we have both Exemplar and Ducal Alliance troops in our squad, and we got a distress call when we were gearing up to enter the palace. Trust me, this mess will be over soon. Thank you too for taking care of the kids and refugees. Are you looking for someone? The Countess shakes her head. Right, we did mop up some of the devils hiding about. Probably here because their side's about to lose. See you. We have to hurry on to the front. Uh-oh. Please don't kill the kid. Killing the kid's not nice. I didn't see that kid. Follow me. Killing the kid is, in fact, potentially a war crime. The child leads the Countess through bunker after bunker within the factory, and the latter spots other residents silently carrying away Sarkaz corpses. They walk up to a pile of containers, and the child struggles but manages to push the messed up lid open. The cowering Sarkaz child from before looks at them in fear. She's here. I promised I'd help you, didn't I? It all happened so suddenly earlier, so this was the only place I could find him. But he can't stay here. On my way back, I met a group called Reunion. They can take him in. Oh. Oh yeah, Reunion's active in the area. Forgot about that. Don't worry, we'll take good care of that one. But what about you? Your Euripathy's serious. You should come with us too. I still have some things to do. Alright, I won't force you. You remind me a lot of my comrades. Here's some suppressants and protective gear. Good luck. You too. Victorians advance in waves from afar towards the Nashor King's last stand as life fades away. That is not her world. She feels fear and has no way of comprehending how these people overcome their fear of death, what keeps them pushing onward. But she hopes to save people too, to continue numbly, one life after another, even if it's all in vain. She recalls the day she left the monastery, when she and the bishop bid each other farewell by the riverside church. What is faith, you ask? I traveled to Iberia in my youth, and saw with my own eyes how the lives of those around me collapsed during the profound silence, but that tenacious nation has never once yielded. At first I only admired the country's vitality, but as I lived my life I came to realize that vitality, that is faith. Who was there to teach me, or even the other Iberians, what path to take in life? Did anyone promise us we would surmount such a terrifying disaster? No. But faced with calamity, we always convince ourselves. Everything we go through is inevitably for something. Suffering will eventually end, and we will enjoy a wonderful future. That is faith. Faith does not reside in scripture, nor in our prayers or end hymns, but in our lives. Faith is in our bodies and minds, in every heartbeat, in every breath. It is the source of all strength. Only because we believe. What does the church actually believe in here? Because, hold on, Father Bishop, if it is as you say, that all suffering eventually ends, then where is our wonderful future you're talking about? Father Bishop, I think I've tried my best. Oh, that's unfortunate. The cultist collapses from exhaustion among the ruins, to the sounds of gunfire and cries from afar. An intense pain reminds her of a cruel truth. This body has met its end. She waves to those nearby whom she saved from death, staying alone in a wide open space far away from them. Her body begins to disintegrate. I'm willing to believe. Oh my god, they added fucking crackling sounds for disintegration. The light caught in the cultist's eyes begins to dim until she sinks into endless night. Then she seems to see someone hold her almost shattered hand, and light begins to flow back into her eyes. Oh, it's Amiya. Oh wait, it's not Amiya. What's wrong, Amiya? I think I heard the sound of an infected disintegrating again. I could almost even see their final burst of light, not too far from us. We've seen this happen too often lately. It's time we end this. Let's go confront Teresa's. Let's go, Doctor. Doctor? Calls it, a thought occurs. What exactly does stasis within the assimilated universe mean? Oh yeah, and then okay, so for those of you confused or haven't caught up, and you are also here because you don't care about spoilers, Originium consumes all information, and Originium, as a result, keeps basically everyone in stasis, except the Sarkaz for some reason. The Sarkaz were just constantly warring and raging in the Originium universe until Teresa set them free. So now, in theory, everything's now, once again, in stasis. The surge of information rushes forward, trying to engulf him. But Teresa's does not budge. I finally see with my own eyes what great feat you've managed, Teresa. Oh, he's in the fucking Originium universe. What the fuck? My guy, you cannot be here. He looks up at the tower standing in the void as falling fragments turn back into irregular information and return into the nothingness. Teresa's grabs a fragment that has drifted down to him, but it instantly turns to nothingness in his palm. You opened this door for me, so I'll finish this last part of the journey in your stead, Teresa. Once we Sarkaz seize the Originium that belongs to us, we shall for the first time hold the powers to determine our own fate. He grips the blade in his hand and stares coldly at the large rhombus approaching him. This rhombus right here? Then he walks towards the crumbling tower. He knows well his opponent will be there. Destroy anything just to create a ladder. Teresa has left a path for him. This can't be good. The myriad souls who never gave up resisting until they completely dissipated did one last thing for the Sarkaz within the Originium. They fought for a future where everyone has the right to survive, for the ones still alive. Onward, everyone. Just as always, my blade will cut our path forward, and you will lead the way. I never break my promises, Teresa. He walks up the flight of stairs, towards the top of the nearly collapsed tower. Can't believe this thing is still standing. 1 Originite Prime. And death shall have no dominion. Cannot currently view enemy archives. Okay. Oh, there's no operators. What is this? New redundant information. All that remains is nothingness. Hold on. I gotta put my headphones on for this. I gotta really listen to this. Oh, give me a second. I need to unplug. Alright, there we go. Alright. He looks at the rhombus. It appears to be an eye staring at me. For the first time in his life, Teresa's feels a shiver run down his spine. But it isn't his own instinctive reaction. He feels that a force, a will he can't see, is trying to make him submit. Be you a god or my creator, come out and face me. Dead silence, cold. There is no response from the void. Master, you shouldn't have come here. What the fuck? Oh, that's not Ascalon. Her Highness has already made a terribly reckless mistake. I do not want to lose another person I care about. Master, leave this place. The time is not yet right. You should not use her to mock me, O self-proclaimed creator. The Ascalon standing before him is no illusion. This marvelous space has materialized his memories. In my memories, you are the same as before, just a little less mature. Since those who truly control this place dare not face me directly, then Teresa has indeed succeeded. They must have already been subjected to numerous restrictions. Otherwise, those arrogant beings wouldn't have tried to get you to stop me. Teresa's raises his sword. You still do not wish to leave with me, Master? If you really want to take me away, then defeat me. As you wish. You're skilled, but you're merely using the skills I've taught you. Ascalon disappears into a purple haze. She's used her Originium arts. Teresa's thinks back to the day he and Teresa led the remnants of the Sarkaz army into that storm. The day he walked into the purple smoke alone and took the knife from that girl's hands, just as he does again. It has been some time, Ascalon. Bearer of the sword. Okay, so what's all? Oh! What the fuck? The will inside Originium. You hide in the void, gazing upon me, trying to crush me with memories that I treasure. What do you fear, Creator? Oh my god, it is an eye. It's like the Eye of Sauron. I can't activate the skill? I can't select any of these. It's just, okay. Okay, so they reused IS-5. Alright, we're two-timing it. I have no desire to simply watch here and watch Teresa's aura farm. As swords of slay the... No, goddamn, I was reading that! I always wanted to stand before you again, Master. A shame. You are not her. Okay. Man. He's really just sitting here and, like, eating the damage. He does not care. Oh. Oh! Why doesn't my Ascalon do that? Ascalon diff? You won't last much longer, Master. Teresa has left more behind for me than you think. Did you expect I would tread this unknown ground unprepared? He watches the rhombus approach from the void. He already understands. You're watching me, aren't you? Teresa beat you once. I won't fall behind. I will sever your control over Omnanum. I hate that it's fucking called Omnanum. You cannot harm me. I told you, you need to be more decisive no matter whom the foe is. You took too long. I stand where they departed, the end to which Teresa guided me. I was never the only one putting the hubris of the gods on trial. The voice of the Sarkaz has been silent for too long. The shards of the tower gather around Teresa's before they return to entropy. Gentle whispers. He hears the defiant cry of the Sarkaz against fate. Did you think you would witness me cower, God who plays this game? He's not talking about us, right? like that's not us, right? Did you think I would submit to sentiment? You don't know me, and you don't know the Sarkaz. Look upon my sword, Ascalon. Oh, it's activatable! Oh my god, it's the IS-5 move. Well, now what? Oh, there we go.
Mission accomplished.
What's the parts interface doing in this region? The rhombus-shaped eye is collapsing. Teresis raises his head and looks up at the golden sea above. The platform's descent is slowing, but it will still eventually crash into the ocean. As he steps onto the platform, the sky and the ground, up and down, instantly reverse themselves. In this barren void, without any rules, what does destruction even mean? Just what should he do now? Teresis isn't sure. Yeah, I call parts. I know it's priestess, but I call it parts because it's PRTS, parts. Because like if you remove like vowels to like make shorten something, the standard is like you're removing no more than like 1 or 2 vowels. Priestess is removing like 5 vowels. Sorry, it's removing like 3 vowels. And then it's also removing like 3 consonants. So I've just grown extremely used to calling it parts. You will vanish, Ascalon. I've severed the connection between you and a certain will. Master, I've just seen a great many images flash by. They were all images of me, but why do I feel like I'm having an out-of-body experience? Why do I feel like I'm so far away? That's just my memory of you. Of me. You aren't a false phantasm, but you're not the real Ascalon either. They're mocking me, and you as well. I will put an end to this farce myself. Master, does this mean you are going to die? What difference would it make? I'm sorry, I wasn't able to save you. No, you did well. You did plenty well enough. Teresa swings his sword with all his might, cleaving the memory construct and the already broken platform in two. Ascalon begins to shatter in pieces. Her shards, along with the other debris, fall into the Golden Sea, transforming into more chaotic information. Go. At least take a few of my memories when you go. Catch up to Teresa and the myriad souls on their journey. He can no longer hear Teresa or the myriad souls, but he still has a slight sense of familiarity with the information scattered around him. Everywhere, although it's vanishing quickly, she's fighting against it, as are the myriad souls. The tower has completely collapsed. Everything has returned to the sea of data, and the sea is slowly calming down. Teresis is also falling into the vast golden ocean. He is silent and minuscule. This is by no means the end, but do we have enough time left? Teresis, our blades will not be enough to destroy the gods. However, we may manage to destroy them with their own methods. But I can't promise you this will work. I have no reason to doubt your judgment, Teresa. Tell me what I must do. Face the gods directly. Teresis turns around and without any hesitation, swims for deeper waters, disappearing fully into the black abyss of data. After a moment, the surface of the sea begins to stir and boil again. Then the sea splits open, as if sliced by a sharp blade. Chaotic streams of information surge endlessly into the abyss. Connection unstable. It's you? She opens her eyes and sees the small, frail creature. Then all the violent scenes come to a screeching halt. Did Teresis just slice open the fucking data sea? The originium data sea that abides by a different universal law? Hello? What the fuck? Ascalon does not need your help. Teresis does not have much time left for us. Ascalon, how are your wounds healing up? Don't worry. With Entelechia's help, I'm recovering quite well. According to Ascalon's reports, Teresis really has returned from the command center. Nessalem surely chose the Palace of Westhalig as the site for the final battle with an eye towards protecting Teresis. However, currently, Teresis and Teresa are still concealing their true motives from the other members of the military commission. This includes Manfred, the nominal leader of the military commission. Manfred stands alone in front of the empty throne, facing you down. Ascalon is fully locked onto him, leaving him no room for any reckless moves. The standing water from his earlier battle with Ascalon has soaked Manfred's cloak, leaving him slightly disheveled. Teresa must have already captured Amanam and handed it over to Teresis, but Teresis is not here, and Manfred seems unaware of his whereabouts. Doctor, do you think he went there too? To this assimilated universe. Teresa has been moving too aggressively. If Teresis reasserts himself yet again, the damage could be irreparable. Terra, as it stands now, is woefully unprepared, regardless of the outcome. Caltzit, what are their chances of success? Judging by our own past experiences, we can say that Teresa has a full understanding of the rules that govern the assimilated universe. Analyze the rules, rebuild the order, and work with Teresis to seize the first Originium. I believe with Teresa's abilities, this is far from a pipe dream. Dr. Caltzit, do you mean we are helpless to do anything? Not at all. If their plans succeed, what Teresis and Teresa are seeking still falls within the bounds of our understanding, and we may not face the worst case scenario. But if they fail... Caltzit looks at you, her eyes filled with worry. Doctor, We must return to Rhodes Island and his ship as quickly as possible. We might still have one last chance to buy Terra a brief moment of respite. Oh my god, why is it so fucking small? Instead of worrying about things that have not yet happened, we should eliminate those variables that already exist. I will protect the doctor and restrict Manfred's movements as much as possible. Settle this quickly. Be wary of the Tikaswurzen that he's carrying. The Tikaswurzen? Oh, so like the Tikas sword? Tikaswurzen. Or is it the lamp? So the Tikas is the original Sarkaz, and the Wurzen, like what? The original Sarkaz lamp? Just as the Tikaswurzen in Manfred's hand begins to glow red, the king of Sarkaz arts and Ascalon's blade descend upon him. This must end. Oh, it's this thing, yeah. Move. Ascalon instantly dissolves into purple mist, scattering amidst the flash of the blade before reforming again. The barrier woven by Amiya protects you and Kultsit, but he begins to falter against the blade flash. Holy shit! The blade's master slowly emerges from the darkness. He looks even more terrifying under the faint light. Hey, Teresis, you're not looking too good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You look like ass. You've put yourself in this predicament. Your Highness, it looks like Nessalem is fulfilling his end of the bargain. You've come here to see me. Very good. You see a man standing calmly before the throne, Teresis. He looks nothing like the man you once knew. He is tightly gripping a vivid, gleaming crystal. Amenam. You seem surprised. You two have set foot into the void. You too have witnessed her departure. You know full well the heavy price the Sarkaz paid for this, and yet you never believed that the Sarkaz had any rightful claim to it. Isn't that right, Dame Kultsit? At least for now, we rejoice in your success. I thought you would rejoice in my death, Dame. Just what has he been through? I don't know what he's encountered, but needless to say, the assimilated universe's chaotic information continues to rapidly corrupt his will. It will carry on this way until his entire body is fully recoded into another format. Originium. How much longer can he hold out? Frankly, I'm stunned he's managed to survive this long. Your Highness, I shall escort you out. Maybe we can still find a way to... Londinium does not need me anymore. Please handle the remaining tasks. I must do one last thing for the Sarkaz while my mind is still clear. Rhodes Island. The equality you seek may be a noble goal for all of Terra, but we Sarkaz will not be there to greet its arrival. Such bitter irony. You and I brought about that outcome with our own hands. And now, you're walking the very path she once laid out for me. Amenam is responding to Teresis' call. The entire underground throne room begins to shift. The path by which you entered is now gone. The hole sealed in the lower layer of Londinium is being filled, at a pace visible to the naked eye. Stop him! The surging Originium assimilates Amiya's arts, something she has never experienced before. It's not working. Why? But Teresa still shows the same, rarely seen, pained look on his face. Kautus, you are much like her. Something's not right. He is currently adapting to and studying Amenam. The more he's exposed to it, the more the chaotic data streams will impact him. The first Originium, having had its authority seized by force, can't possibly compare to the state it was in when it first created. We still have a chance. Stall, he can't hold out for long. I need to get closer to him and Amenam. I won't forget. I won't forget? Huh. You'll never forget how you felt in that moment. You nearly lost Amiya. However, you feel a torrent of jumbled information rushing through your mind. Time is slowing down, but you can feel the Originium you control. Maybe, just maybe, you still have a chance, so long as you can remember everything that happened. If you can do that, you'll be able to stop the Originium. I will do my best to carve a path for you, Doctor. Monster, do not worry about me. Protect the Doctor. The Doctor is the only person out of everyone here who can stop Amiya. Trust me. The surging Originium activates the pool of dead water that has lain still on the surface for ages. Mist clinging to your mask makes it hard to see the road ahead. However, you feel a silken thread wrap around your waist, gently guiding you forward. Amiya? Keep going. I told you before, this conflict ended long ago. Teresa and I fully understand that there is no place for us in the Sarkaz future. However, Ascalon, Manfred, your future does not lie here either. Originium creeps up Manfred and Ascalon's bodies, pushing them towards the edge to the end of the battlefield. Leave. Go to a safe place and wait there. Remember to take Amiya back to Kazdel. Wait, Your Highness. Manfred's voice vanishes within the underground throne room. Teresa's has already scuttled him off to a safe place. You don't get to make decisions for me anymore. Ascalon dissolves into a purple mist, slipping through the cracks in the Originium and remaining in the throne room. She is everywhere all at once, just waiting for an opportunity. Folly. Amiya is still flashing, but his movements are becoming increasingly difficult. The Originium is restricting his arms, his eyes, and even his thoughts. But he still forces himself to remember one goal, to bury everything here. He needs to hold on to his last shred of sanity, so he can leave Amiya with Manfred, who is finally safe. He struggles to lift up his sword, as he once did when he served at the side of the king of Sarkaz. He raises his sword for the Sarkaz one final time. We meet again at last. Have you ever looked up at the sky? Beyond that sky, far beyond the twin moons, there was a place we would once return to, where we would sleep peacefully. But I am the only one left, here speaking with you. In the course of the Sarkaz's eternal search for the remains of dead gods to fend off your enemies, have you ever wondered, why did those gods die? In the sea filled with both truth and unknown, I saw a fleeting vision of the gods before they died, and root of the pain you bear. I now understand you, though you have already passed away. Now I am the only one left, and I'm speaking to you. Before I retire to my eternal slumber, I will destroy you. I shall build a ladder for the Sarkaz. No longer will anyone toy with the fate of the Sarkaz. We shall reclaim our own destiny. Teresa swings his sword. A beam of light stings your eyes, and you rack your brain, trying to recall how to stop Amiya. Amiya's barrier breaks, layer by layer, amidst the gleam of the sword. You think you see Monster's huge frame blocking your view. Stop! You suddenly remember everything about the moment you almost lost Amiya. You remember how you stopped it all. You did it, Doctor. You remembered. Priestess. You told us that we would only have one chance to strike. You really have slowed down a lot. Teresa struggles to lower his head and sees the blade that has pierced his heart, as well as Ascalon, with a determined look on her face and tears in her eyes. The figure steps out of the smoke and pins Teresa to the throne with all her strength. Amiya and his sword fall to the ground, lying in the shallow water reflecting the dim light. Master, this is the end. Teresa raises his hands. Careful, do not let him touch it again. Teresa clutches Ascalon's assassin's blade and uses all his strength to slowly draw it from his chest. There is no blood, there is no warmth. All that's left are a few shattered crystals. Well done. You finally found your conviction. Your heart. It stopped beating a while ago. I repaid my debt. Take it. Teresa, straining, shifts his gaze towards Amiya laying on the ground. Find Manfred. And Kazdel, go home. You. Ascalon feels himself being pushed away by a very weak hand. Feels himself? Herself. Should be herself. Unless Heimal is revealing something, it just should be herself. I will stay here. I cannot let the Sarkaz know my fate. He hears faint cheers from above, the cheers of the Victorians. The Nezhur king is gone. His war ended just before mine. Doctor, I was able to gaze upon the true face of the gods. I only regret that I was unable to completely defeat you. Kaltsit? Assuming he speaks the truth, he may have bought Terra a moment's respite. Regardless, we must continue our preparations, Doctor. Then, Teresis, he will remain here. I'll ensure that no one disturbs him, and no one finds him. He holds up Amanam and Teresis' sword. Doctor Kaltsit, Amanam belongs to Kazdel. It must return to Kazdel. We must consider this matter carefully. The damage the Sarkaz inflict on Londinium is bound to stir a new wave of hatred, and without proper guidance, it could lead to an even darker nightmare. This war must end, but Kazdel must also take measures to protect itself. We can go to Kazdel together and watch how they use Amanam. This really is the best move, Kaltsit. There are many things we need to discuss, but not here. First, we must use Amanam to leave this place. Give it a try, Doctor. Strange. It's not responding to me. Let me try. I can feel a faint connection. I think it's responding to me. The sealed passage reopens yet again. Is it assaulting my thoughts? Enough. We can't just keep using this thing haphazardly. We need to do more research on both its uses and its potential dangers. Ascalon looks at the figure on the throne. In the darkness, she cannot make out his face. Her eyes are a bit blurry. I'll go with you. I will respect his wishes. I don't need to witness his end. Ascalon. The Countess hugs Ascalon tightly. Ascalon suddenly realizes that the frail Countess she once found in the wilderness has grown up. Let's go home together. Doctor? You all go ahead. I'll catch up. I'll stay here to protect you. Monster is staying here, and it should be sufficient. Teresis is no longer a threat. We'll wait for you outside. It's very quiet. All you can hear is dripping water. You silently creep closer to the man on the throne. You do not fear death, Doctor? You can't kill me. Yes, that is assuredly true. That is why you remain here and mock me. I'm here to fucking Fortnite dance on his body. His voice is hoarse. You're forcing yourself to speak with me. You have won my respect, Doctor. You're more determined than I thought. But you are on a suicide mission. I never imagined you could seize Amanam. You are heroes in the eyes of the Sarkaz, but... Why are you laughing? I'm laughing at you, Doctor. You know nothing. What did you find in the assimilated universe? That is my secret. You have no right to ask. I have no desire to belittle Rhodes Island's yearning to heal the wounds caused by the Originium. Yet it is still so ironic. In the end, if you find that the real monster is you, then what will you do, Doctor? What have you learned? Alas, I will not live to see that day. You and I never really did get along. It was so then, it is as it is now. He grabs at his clothing. It seems like he's trying to find something. There are deep cuts on his breastplate, wounds left by Ascalon. He finally finds what he's looking for, the stone blade he always carries. Calm down, monster of Kaltsit. He's just trying to throw you the blade. It's Ascalon's. Leave. You are not worthy of witnessing my end. Damn, he really said, fuck you, bitch. Directly below the palace of Westaleg's throne room, in the lowest throne in Terra, the regent of the Sarkaz accepts his fate alone. This first Victorian throne, which has been eroded by time and bears little resemblance to its original form, was moved here intact when this nomadic city was first built, and became part of the foundation of the palace of Westaleg. The king who built Londinium said, "This symbolizes that Victoria's royal authority is everlasting from beginning to end." According to official Victorian records, the Sarkaz mercenaries, led by an organization called Babel, withdrew from Londinium in October 1098. However, the leader who ultimately directed all of this, Teresis, vanished without a trace. His ears can no longer hear anything, but the sound of the ocean waves floods his brain, just as it did before. This is the voice of the assimilated universe. An endless stream of information crashes into his consciousness. It is frenzied and unclear. It is beyond his understanding. Teresis has very little time left to think. His final shred of consciousness surrenders to the vast sea of data. His consciousness comes to a rest, but outside a lonely monster. The ugly Tikaz, wearing a black crown on his head, walks out from the silvery mountains. He looks up at the vast, starry sky. The eternal starry sky, the wild primal continent. From every corner of existence, countless lives look beyond the earth and stars. They all gaze up at the same universe. He's not lonely. He feels more calm and peaceful than he's ever felt in his life. At last, I see the past as you once saw it, as well as the future. He wants to say something more, to call that name one last time, but he can no longer speak. He is totally exhausted, but as he prepares to close his eyes, a faint white ray emerges from the darkness. We insist that you know the parting words she left for you. As Teresa left with the myriad souls, she heard your voice among the many who called out to her. Our time has finally come to an end. Goodbye, Teresis. He strains to open his eyes. His field of vision grows ever darker, but he recognizes the figure in the white some time ago, as soon as it first appeared. Goodbye, Teresa. Oh, he closed his eyes! He doesn't need to hold on any longer. He flashes a slight smile and allows his last wisp of consciousness to dissipate. Oh, 7 for Teresis. The light dispels the darkness. The light brings forth the darkness. Damn, he fought the entire, like, he literally cut through the entire simulated universe and was like, alright, just kill me. Kill me, except you don't get to see me die. You eat shit. When the light pours into his eyes once more, time seems to have gone backwards, back to the moment before the collapse. You are lost. Who speaks to me? It has been a long time since this place has seen a new visitor. Or are you the last survivor of the ruined planet? I remember, my consciousness was shattering. And then disintegration. Death. But why? In any case, welcome. Come, seek me. I remember, a hand reached out to me before I died. This place, the Countess who should have perished and returned to Terran soil, looks around in confusion. She has never seen a place like this. Light falls upon her and she feels warm. Where are we? The land beyond death? The home of the gods? Amiya. That's not Amiya. Doctor, the new adverse difficulties available for this stage. Up here, you can directly advance adverse combat and begin the simulation. This way, only the sanity required for the adverse combat itself is consumed. Upon completing the simulation, the corresponding standard for combat stage process will sync up, and the first clear rewards for that stage will also be obtained. In addition, once the adverse combat simulation is completed, strategic simulation unlocks. By choosing to take on this increased difficulty, you can earn simulation points. Oh, I guess I'm doing this. Bells? Why am I hearing them ring from all directions? Those are not bells. that was a beep. That was a beep and a boop. That was not a bell. Her voice is so soft that it does not even echo off the walls. Whenever the foggy light comes, lots of tiny holes appear in the walls. opening and closing, breathing. When the light disappears, the walls turn white inside. That's a fucking trypophobia. Like, that's a trypophobia nightmare. If, like, you have breathing holes in the walls, that light is very different from the holy city's light that the bishop talked about. That light is a simulated F spectrum. I can hear you. How can I see you? She presses her nails to the wall. It feels warm and soft, as if she's touching someone else's fingertips. So she places her whole palm against the wall, pressing closely to the wall's fine patterns and textures. Wherever her hand moves, the patterns stretch along with it, as if they're quietly guiding her by the hand. Oh shit, yeah, her crystals are gone. You're responding to me? She runs forward for a bit, and the wall extends with her, leading her. There are so many doors and so many different paths here. Where do they all lead? The cultist stops walking. She sees a god standing in midair, a short distance in front of her. Its silhouette is massive. The surface of the god's body carries a murky sheen, unlike that of any metal. It nimbly arranges a vast array of glowing fragments into patterns. As the patterns change, the fragments shift color in turn. But the girl notices that there is no halo on the god's head. The mid-air colossus completely ignores her, gliding past without hesitation. Whoa. Oh, that's so cool. Another similar being approaches and stops in front of her. It seems to be asking her a question. I don't understand what you're saying. The god is quiet for a moment. Then it switches from its own language to another one and continues talking. Your use of language is primitive. The god extends its supple limbs to cover the cultist's head. The cultist nervously shuts her eyes. There is no need to fear. I am analyzing your brain frequency and will upload it to Anseta. Language, you, sufficient to communicate. Not yet vectorized, extrapolation, deduction. Language, temporary adjustment. Resonance, necessary. I can't understand you. Can you understand me? Indubitably. Then, are you God? Who the fuck uses indubitably? Come on! The cultist nervously asks the question that she is most desperate for an answer to. God. Question. Definition. Necessary. The bishop says that God is the embodiment of the law and the Lord of the holy city, who protects the sick and dearly departed. These things that he says were never recorded in the history books. Forsake God. God, not necessary. If you aren't a god, then who rescued me? Why have I been brought here? Or is this the kingdom come? Are you here to guide me into the kingdom? Questions. Too many. Resonance, lacking. Communication, inefficient. Ray distorter, I. Partial answer, show you. The being who calls himself Ray Distorter uses its limbs to draw a window in the air and drag it to the nearest wall. The image in the porthole quickly fades from view. A pale, eerie light wells up from nowhere, flooding the entire window. The image sharpens gradually, and the cultist girl looks out the window. Oh, shit. A shattered sphere floats in the darkness of the expanse of space. Dotted with countless stars, it is frozen at the moment of death. All the past that have not had time to be told shatter into dust and are cast into the frozen void. The dust particles find each other and circle around the former garden. They clump into rings and that float in the air. The cultist girl and Ray Distorter sail atop these dust rings into the dead of silence. We see, sail, salvage. You, shudder, fear? The faraway things, the twinkling things, they look like eyes. It's really scary. They're just stars, but they feel alien to me. There's too many of them. They're too close, too bright. You're not scared? Fear is unnecessary. Fear, too limiting. Too inadequate to describe. The cultist looks through the window and sees that tiny holes have appeared in the walls of the ship. A white light appears from somewhere far, far in the distance. It starts growing and growing until it covers up almost the entire window. The blinding light caresses the surface of the land of death, covering and hiding everything that would be from any would-be watching eyes. The Countess girl looks directly at the light, as a fear is continually invading her heart, a fear she does not understand. It's the pale light of a dying star. A dead planet still orbits the star, and the great ship clinging to the star ring must endure its light and its wailing again and again without end. Sea, yes? Only grave. No, holy city. Only cycles. Only laws. No gods. Universe, welcome. You, traveler. Name? Hierda. I don't know when it started, but the nickname the clerics used to tease me with became my name. Jesus. Administrator permissions confirmed. Unlocking restricted access project. Parts repaired audio log number 0422. Access restrictions unlocked. Date unrecoverable. Play log under development area. Subject cults it. The dust has settled in Londinium, but hopes for peace in Victoria seem dim. How much time do we have? I know you're listening, priestess. I need you to do everything you can to restore monitoring the cradle process in the middle decks under development area. And prepare to grant closure access to my permissions. Authorization, Abyss. Thank you. There's a lot left to do. How much will I manage myself? Playback finished. Erasing access log. 3, 2, 1. Log has been erased. Administrator, do you want to unlock the next classified log? Operation confirmed. Unlocking next log. What's going on the land ship? What's going on here? 3 years after the Londinium incident. 3 whole years? Oh! Oh, I want this as a robot operator. Look at it. It's so cute. Beepy. Oh, it's for Alana. Okay. Good work. It seems like closure and mechanist upgrades were effective. Hey, the repair work on this sector is nearly complete. She feels a small body making contact with her back, hugging her neck and giggling. Alana knows the giggle well. Sometimes it makes her happy and sometimes it makes her anxious. She takes the girl she loves so much upon her back. Oh, it's Warmy! Pot lid, I smell cream stew. Lans, you're gonna ruin the surprise. It smells too good. I couldn't help myself. You sure are happy. I guess the doctor agreed. Yes, I saw there was an opening for volunteer work in Billington office, and I signed up as soon as I could. The food I cook now can't cure a miner's erypathy, but sure, but our Rhodes Islander friends can, and I can fill their stomachs. If Savage and Ray hadn't vouched for me, the doctor might have rejected my application on the spot. Well, it's my responsibility as your guardian to accompany you, obviously. Savage and Ray are with me, no worries. But even when I'm not around, you still have to eat right, Lans. I've left a full week's worth of soups of the day in the kitchen, all your favorite flavors. My colleagues in logistics will keep an eye on you for me. You're the boss, Potlid. But will you really be able to stand leaving your friends? Yes, the BP is also a good friend of mine. But lots of the people I know have applied to serve as backup in this place, or that, and I'm not about to fall behind. Everyone's looking forward to touring our new home after the mission is over. Lans, you promised me that Rhodes is gonna look even more beautiful once the renovations are done. Shh, of course. I peeked at Closure's blueprints before. Also, I was already brave enough to say goodbye to my family and set off on a long journey, just like my dad did. Lans, you just have to wait for my return. A giant cookie. Is this from Kyobe? Lots of operators getting ready to head out to support posts got cookies. You gotta eat good while you're traveling. Kay was really firm with me on that. I just wonder if she's gonna end up eating most of the cookies before she gets to share them. I set it up with Vulcan to bake a batch of cookies as quickly as possible so Kay could pass them out to all the operators going on the field missions. When the time comes, I'll have Sonya go with Kay to distribute them. Why? Forget it. I'll just drag Leto along with me. Huh? I'm fine as long as you give me the honey drink you owe me once we get there. With a drink in my hand, I'm at your command, General Zima. Yeah, what a headache. All this talking to people shit. This is Natalia's work. But Rosa can't be everywhere at once. She has a lot of specific plans to go over with Amiya too, you know. This trip's gonna be a bit more trouble than usual. After all, we're going to Ursus. Or did you give the task of planning with Amiya to Rosa because you were afraid you couldn't do it? Who said I couldn't do it? It's just Ursus, the place they all left to go. Oh, right, this is the Ursus book club. Or student club. Ooh. I don't know if you want to be going back there, I'm gonna be honest. So much time has passed since then. Zima believes they are ready to go back and face the place once more. Gummy, what's wrong with your hand? Nothing, Zima. It's just a little sore is all. We had them baking too many cookies. The bakers in the canteen got worn out. Even Kay, waiting right outside the door, had to get dragged in and to help like a good girl. Don't worry about me, Zima. She wants to fill the bellies of the operators who took good care of her and are now leaving home. I feel the same way. We'll do our part as well. Anyways, Natalia also needs to spend some time. You need help? Count me in. Oh, it's Durnar. See, little cub? Look what I can whip up in the kitchen. Instructor Durnar. The doctor showed me your application. I took the liberty of applying to travel with you as your guardian. Truth is, the doctor was too worried about sending you back. I'm worried enough myself. Zima. Welcome. Rosa? The doctor didn't want to approve your application at first. Medical assessed all of you and recommended that we be a bit more careful with your itinerary. But in the end, the doctor respected our wishes. That's because of Zima. She burst into the doctor's office and vowed to protect you, promising your safe return to Rhodes Island. Just like before. Oh, I didn't read Ursus. I didn't read the Ursus storyline. All I know is it's bad. I kept them alive in Chernobog. I got us through it. This time's no different. This isn't about your safety. Natalia and I have worked it out. If we operate under her family's Rostov Industries, we'll have an easier time moving around. I'm not worried about your status. The assessment says you aren't fully prepared yet. There are other logistic tasks you can choose. We're all nervous about going back, at least a bit, but we can't keep hiding from it. This isn't some journey home for self-healing. We looked over the risks and volunteered because we think we're a good fit for operations in Ursus. We decided to call Rhodes Island our home a long time ago, so I can guarantee I'll bring them back home, safe and sound. Sonya has always been braver than me. Amiya, as far as the details of our collaboration with Rostov Industries, I'd appreciate if Dr. Coxit and the doctor could take a closer look. I believe it will be only wow, holy shit, can I speak English? Hello? I believe this will only be beneficial to our operations. Consider it done, Rosa. However, I still recommend that you avoid conducting any operations in Chernobog for now. Ursus is still patrolling the area as closely as ever, and your identities are still an issue. We'll stay in contact with the ship. There's still many aspects of the Ursine operation that it will be up to you to assess. Have a safe trip, Rosa. This ship will be sending additional logistics and medical staff to accompany you, not only to support your operation, but also to explore the possibility of establishing a permanent office in Ursus. By the way, someone else came to find me after your travel plans were announced. She hopes to join you on your journey. Oh? Gummy, put the pot down. You eat your fill first. Huh? I haven't gone hungry in a very long time. Maybe I was just too busy today and forgot to eat, Estina. You and Zima are here, so I'll be fine. Then get to eating, you hear me? Open wide, Gummy. I'm full, Leto. Come to think of it, do you have anything you need us to bring, Zima? Personal thingies? I brought some big crates with me. Well, let's bring the guitar Natalia gave me. Don't want her asking about it later. Anything else? Just leave it at home. Not like we're never coming back. Leto, didn't you say we weren't taking anything? That reminds me, I've got some junk to give to someone. Mind if we swing by Kizjerog on the way, Sonya? Should be fine. I'll submit my travel plan to the doctor. Excuse me, might I join you on your trip to Ursus? Oh! It's Absinthe. Sorry, I know this request is sudden, but Sonia, let Zoya come with us. This rescue mission will be a long one. We can take care of each other along the way. You already know Natalia? I talked to Rosa about it. Don't sweat it, Zoya. This isn't our first joint trip. Kaobe, wait, that cookie is still a bit raw in the middle. Huh? No, stop her. She'll give herself a tummy ache. Huh? Politely stop. Thank you, BP. I'm gonna be late. Spins angrily. Dude, I love BP. If anything happens to BP, I would die for BP. Kay made so many cookies. Those cookies should go to very, very good people. Lots of wonderful people are setting out on a journey. They took good care of Kay at home, so Kay wants to make sure they don't go hungry. That's the deal. How old is Kaobe? Kaobe has like the mental age of like an 8-year-old. Doctor, the copy rooms on each floor have been packed with people these past few days. Whoa. This would be a cool operator. I didn't know this art existed. Okay, I have new ideas for a new design. Wait, so it's like a harness on the back too. Wait, that's so cool. This round of field deployments going out to so many different regions is the perfect opportunity for us to pick up some local souvenirs. The wish list everyone's been making. That's a free operator? Really? Where? Everyone's been making are long enough to start a whole Terran Expo. In the past, Closure has suggested that the procurement department make unified purchases for the operators, but I rejected the idea. Let's keep the spirit of the tradition alive. Procurement will be sending out a notice soon regarding reimbursement. Do you need me to bring... Oh, Folinik. Okay. Side event. Yeah, I would say it's probably side event. Do you need me to bring you back anything for my trip to Victoria? Kaltsit shakes her head. She looks at the cookies Folinik is holding with a bit of a suspicion. So Kaobe shoved these cookies at me just now. She just made a gigantic mess of the kitchen and Amiya's still trying to help clean it up. Poor Amiya. Folinik, you're going to have your hands full on this trip to Victoria. In addition to recovering data from several offices in the Ducal territories, you'll all have to monitor Nasarushi and Reed. You'll have to coordinate with all the different offices to provide her as much support as possible. Of course. And Lindinium? Let Heidi know that we are temporarily delaying our return to the ship for debriefing. Ever since Lindinium's parliament restored contact with the outside world, it has resumed collecting messages from the core nations. The intelligence network that Heidi has been cultivating is extremely important. This is also why I'm sending you to provide support. So overall, things aren't really that great? I see. I'll pay close attention to all this. Folinik, you need to take it easier. What? You have a bad habit of overloading yourself. I saw your itinerary. You're stretching yourself too thin. I deleted a few of the tasks. Try not to dwell on the things you fear, and don't try and force yourself to take control of them either. Folinik, I never expected you to be like your mother, or me. I don't support encouraging those who have experienced suffering to forget the hatred and violence they've endured. If we want to build a better future, we mustn't surrender. Try to slow down your pace a bit, Folinik. Wanting to have more control over your life is good, but getting all anxious about it is tantamount to self-torture. It's a long road to Victoria, but I need you to remember the smile you had when you first walked in this room. This is my one and only requirement for you. I will remember that. I'll pick out a souvenir for you myself when I get to Victoria. Farewell, Dr. Kaltsit. I have been in this fucking story node for 15 minutes. I forgot how bad reading story was in terms of on-screen time. Red, you don't need to hide. I was afraid you would be angry. You told me not to be sad about Syracusa, but I made you sad. I don't want to leave Rhodes Island this time. I'm afraid you will force me. I haven't prepared the transfer order for sweep yet, Red. Stay here on standby. Ascalon's orders will arrive soon. After we receive the orders, can I stay by your side? Yes. Didn't you arrive some time ago? Yes, I arrived a while ago. Aunt Gemma and Mum prepared these canned golden radishes for me to hand out to my colleagues. Sorry, there might be a few too many of them. Should we maybe store them in the kitchen first? There's a veritable mountain of cans here. I'll leave them with you. All this stuff happened all of a sudden. It's been too long since I've been home. Mom's stockpile of canned goods is getting out of control. She just keeps dumping them on me over and over. Didn't you just tell me they were prepared specifically for our colleagues? Yes, right. Anyways, they're all mine. I'll decide how they're used. Doctor, might I trouble you to help me distribute these to our colleagues when you see them? Warming's on a tight schedule, so I don't have time to do it myself. Oh right, the 2 cans with names on them. I saved them for you and Amiya. Don't give them out by mistake. They look more or less the same. Of course they're not the same. Oh right, I also need to take 30 cans for on my own trip. For your own supplies? No, as gifts. Warmy and Ray have an old friend, Jerry. Ever since he married Kiara, his career has really taken off. I saw the last photo he sent. His family has been blessed with quite a litter of kids lately. Warmy made plans with us to stop and visit them on the way. They mentioned this. Time really flies, huh? And we haven't really changed much, huh? Well, Amiya sure does seem like she's matured a lot ever since she returned from Kasdale. Please take care of yourself as well. Don't worry, Doctor. I look forward to seeing you again after the field missions are complete. Still, this field assignment covers a pretty wide area. I'm afraid it will be quite a while before I can sleep soundly in my own bed again. Don't worry, Rhodes Island will wait for you to return. Righto. Keep the lights on for me, Doctor. You know what's fucked up? This is all really cute. This is all super cute. This is also all fucked up because I know something, because the screen title was like really ominous. Hey, what are you still doing here? Oh, Hibiscus Altar and Lava Altar. So this is after, so this is definitely after like Invitation to Wine. I just thought of something. We still haven't been given our medicine / health maintenance manuals yet. We need this guidance so that we can remember our health regimens. I mean, this is going to be a long trip abroad. Will we remember to eat our meals and take our medicines? The medic operators will take care of all that. Why are you worried about it? But we often do forget to take proper care of ourselves. You yourself, Lava, don't you forget to take your food rations with you sometimes? Whatever. Then there's the other members of A1. The squad is going to be taking on some dangerous tasks. Cruz has to go on a long trip all by herself. Would they be okay? Enough already. Will you quit treating them like they're children? Oh wait, this might be before Invitation to Wine. Because Lava Altar exists, but this might be like the setup for like the trip they're taking. We've been at this for so long. We're adults already. I know. I get it. It's just that leaving a place I've spent so many years with everyone, day in, day out, and not knowing when I'll be back, it's a lot to take in. I just feel a bit empty inside. Don't worry, we'll be back. I'm catching on. So all the side stories are this. Holy shit! Are we at that turning point? I thought these were like just side things, like everything. I didn't realize that. Like, oh wow, it's all coming together. Rhodes Island is dealing with some stuff right now. I trust the doctor, Dr. Kaltsit, and Amiya can handle it all. All we have to do is complete our own tasks and be patient. Rhodes Island is our home, and we're not going to lose our home. No matter what happens, we'll be back. Someday. Right. We'll be together again. Your body temp hasn't come down. It seems like the old cocktail of drugs is no longer effective. However, your metabolic rate has not been impacted too much. After the concentration of the old drugs in your bloodstream goes down, I'll administer some new medications. These new drugs will decrease your pain threshold, but don't worry, I'll up your pain meds. Alright. There are a few new empty beds. They left yesterday. Don't worry, they've just been transferred elsewhere for more targeted temporary treatment. By the way, a few people left some notes for you. They're in your bedside drawer. Your condition is rather unusual, and we should keep you in a controlled treatment environment. Staying here with me under my observation is the best option. Okay, thank you. What are you looking at, Chloe? There are little circles on the ceilings that keep spinning. Looking at them makes me feel safe. The crystals are still interfering with your vision. My next surgery will be an attempt to remove the crystals near your retinas. Every time I stare at them, they look like they've crept just a bit closer. It's like they're talking to me. Can you hear them? Their sound. It's like the old bell I used to hear. You mean the one you told me from before? From the bell tower in your hometown? There's more than just one bell tower. I was on a quest to repair all of them, and had already repaired quite a few when they were all destroyed by cannon fire. I reached out to the operators we got in Victoria. They looked into it for you. The town's been rebuilt, and the locals even repaired that old bell. That's great news. Now that the bell is tolling again, life can continue on. Quite a relief, isn't it? Warfarin double-checks the instrument readings one last time, and then injects the prepared medicine into the IV system. The buzzing of the instruments mixes together with the noise of the IV system and Chloe's occasional gasps of pain. Dr. Warfarin, how many different types of medicine have we tried over the last 3 years? Let me worry about that. All your vital indicators have stabilized. That's what's really important here. Before I contracted erypathy, I often cared for the infected soldiers in the bell tower. I know exactly what it means when the crystal starts spreading across your skin. Chloe tries to move the muscle in her face, but the tiny spikes embedded in her skin twist her expression. Her wounds split open and bright beads of blood begin to seep out. You see, they won't even let me smile. As a doctor, I cannot guarantee outcomes. I can only promise that every medic in Rhodes Island will provide you the best possible care. Thank you, Dr. Warfarin. I just miss my hometown. I didn't even consider that, like, when you have the fucking spikes growing out of your body, that like if you do anything like to move like the skin and because your skin moves around quite a bit, but if like the spikes are static, it just fucking tears. That's awful. This report it. The first time I saw this patient charts, I thought there was some kind of error in the data then too, but we checked the data several times and it was correct. By all logic, no patient with this high cell originium assimilation rate should still show any signs of life. It goes against everything we know about erypathy. And yet, the originium is keeping this patient alive, in a way no one could have predicted. Some of her internal organs have been completely crystallized, but they're actually functioning more efficiently and stably than those of previous patients we've seen. I haven't figured out what's causing this condition yet, but based on the data, the more her infection progresses, the healthier she seems, and the more pain she's in. We've never seen a case like this before. This must be some kind of new mutated form of erypathy. If we can make some sort of medical breakthrough while administering her treatment. Maybe these people we rescued from Victoria can really bring a few miracles to Rhodes Island.
My equipment is ready. We can start anytime.
Oh shit. What is this? What are you? I looked away for 1 second.
Fighting is the only option here.
Oh, it's like a training sim. It's like a capybara. That's cute.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Thus, I speak.
Oh, you're actually like combative. Okay.
This staff is bound to my thoughts.
I love the beepies. They're really funny.
I hear the waves drumming against the hull. They herald.
I have to get serious now.
I'm listening.
Just as incantations must be restrained, so too must the enemy.
And now I AFK.
I know what's in the sacred core.
Now I do nothing.
No one will find it. When were the seeds of this tragedy planted?
Doctor, is it correct? Or not quite? Whatever.
I have to get serious now.
But yeah. This is really interesting. So they've upgraded like their overall like training, I guess. Or is it downgraded? That's the question.
I don't want to lose anyone
Oh,
else.
that's why it was so fucking long.
I'll carry on this fight for every sacrifice.
It was so long because
And all those
that
still
initial
alive.
story node was so long. We're at 100 points already. So what is simulation? Enemies. So cold drink, attack speed, and new enemies appear. Oh, and it costs 0. Oh.
My equipment is ready. We can start.
Oh, there's
anytime.
another one there.
Just as incantations must be restrained,
Alright, how much damage do you do?
so too must the enemy.
Oh, you do like no damage. It's okay.
This staff is bound to my thoughts.
I hear the waves drumming against the hull. They herald our victory. Clear images. Check the data.
Ooh, I have to get serious now.
I do like these robots. These are really cute
Then
robots.
the bell tolls.
I hope the Alana has these. It might not be that, but like BP would be really cool to have.
Popa estribor, cañones listos.
Jesus Christ, Thorns. Yeah, you got it, buddy. Dos Holy shit, my guy. They're just capybara bots. You don't need to be like raiding them like they're bandits.
I don't have the leisure for enemy intel at the moment. Taking care of our operators has already occupied my whole schedule.
And now I wait. Okay, we probably won't do simulation every single time, but I'll keep doing it in challenge mode, and then
I got your back, Doctor.
ooh, nice,
Doesn't
2
matter
simulation
who's
points.
picking fights with
So I'll
who.
probably keep doing these in
Even
challenge mode
bigwigs
though.
have to own up to their mistakes.
1 whole OP. How much did we get? 1, 2, 3. Did we get 3 whole OP from simulation? Hell yeah. Oh, standard combat is only 21. Cool. So yeah, it's way better to do it this way. How will you measure the depth of an abyss? The answer and your own life hang upon the same thread. Oh, it has drones. Should probably have some form of anti-air. We're gonna... actually, I've got Ina's. It's fine. Oh, it goes straight into the stage, too. Wow.
The flames in the furnace are jumping for joy.
Don't worry, you got me.
Okay, you don't do that.
I have to get serious now.
Thus, I speak.
Picked out your bait yet?
Ooh, we're counting on you again to...
I will sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
No one can see me.
Oh, it like just it does nothing. All right, no, cool. If Ascalon just dodges it, it does nothing. Very neato.
This staff is bound to my thoughts.
So now instead of dogs, we have beepies as our main enemy. I'm not sure if I'm disappointed or amused. Although blowing up as soon as you're in range of an operator is kind of fucked, I'm not gonna lie.
They only you stepped into my domain.
There we go. Oh, Friston. Closure. I have the right to refuse the data module inspections and upgrades you're proposing. I will not be treated like Thermix and Lancet 2. You know very well that I am different from my colleagues. Whoa, new Closure outfit! Surely this means Closure will be playable at some point. Haha, relax. I'm not trying to trick you into a module upgrade this time. Then please restore the power supply to my mobility module. Restricting your respected scholar's personal freedom is really unbecoming behavior. Take a look at the expression doodle on my faceplate. That indicates how I feel. Angry. What the fuck is this? This won't take too much time. Justice Knight is already lined up waiting at the entrance. Mr. Fiston, I guarantee this maintenance will be quick. Alright, there we are. You've blocked me from accessing parts data. Blocked you? No, I just disconnected you from parts. To be more precise, I physically removed your reception module. Looks like that went well enough. I thought there would be some irreparable failures. You just did that, without any sort of planning. Oh, well, how do you feel now, Mr. Friston? I've recorded the entire experiment. You violated protocol, and I will be discussing your negligence with Cultsit shortly. Not to mention your reckless disregard for my life. She will hear about that too. Mr. Friston, please do one more self-check and be certain you're not getting any transmission from parts. You should just be thankful nothing went wrong. I checked and I indeed cannot connect to parts any longer. It's like I have blurred vision. It's a very subtle feeling, and I don't like it one bit. Perfect. Now we can talk, Mr. Friston. If I wanted to disconnect all the retrofitted operation platforms from parts, would there be a safer way to do that? I refuse to speculate about such dangerous work. That would be no different than killing all of my precious colleagues. What if we had no other choice? Please tell me what might cause you to draw such a conclusion. Have you discovered something? Uh-oh. Closure. Can you determine the root cause of the last few parts operation errors? The logs show that most of the errors were caused by human error, operational mistakes made by team members. This again? Either way, backup systems are being deployed as quickly as possible. The framework is for independent terminal command system has been upgraded as per Cultsit's suggestion. I've named it Suit. Temporary admin permissions have been given to the Doctor, Cultsit, and Amiya. And me, of course. A lot of the ideas I had when I first designed this system feel a bit outdated now. I really want to scrap it and start over, but Cultsit shot down that application. We don't have much time left. Can we seamlessly switch to the new terminal command system? I'm still working on that. We still have no way to replace Part's current role in Rhodes Island daily operations. Much of our medical data and resource allocation calculations still rely on Parts, or Priestess. But the biggest issue I'm facing is how to construct the data center energy hub reliable enough to support the new command system. Nothing comes close to what PRTS can do here. Even while handling the massive high-precision computations Rhodes Island requires, it still has power to spare. Unfortunately, I still can't make sense of Part's underlying logic. Even Zoot, which completely mimics its design, keeps throwing errors in weird places you wouldn't think of. What if we use Amanam? Closure, I reviewed the comments you added to my report and the theories you outlined in response. According to the Casdell's office logs and experimental results, there is, at least in theory, a possibility that Amanam could function as a data center and energy hub. But that is also extremely risky. But it's not like we haven't learned anything from all this. At least we verified that there's a possibility of using Amanam for super long-range communication and data transfers. Even though she'd been informed in advance, Wizardo was still freaked out when your greeting showed up out of nowhere. And the operators who went to Casdell, have they settled in alright? Everyone was surprised when they first got there. They assumed the city would be in worse shape. They found their footing quickly, and when the time came for midnight and me to head back, it was hard to say goodbye to the new friends he'd made. Doctor, do we really have to keep sending people out to the various branch offices? I've never seen this ship as deserted as it is now. We've come to a mutual understanding, Closure. We're sending more personnel into the regional offices partly to reduce the number of people at risk in event of an accident aboard the ship, and partly to ensure those offices can respond more effectively when needed. I know that, of course. I'm just not used to having to say goodbye to friends all of a sudden. I don't know when it started, but my schedule is packed with farewell dinners now. Once the risks aboard the ship are cleared, it'll be up to you to decide when the operators return. If everyone is here, then we'll start the meeting. Yeah, I was like, deserted, huh? Also, don't forget to delete the voice recordings and data logs from today. Wipe them from Parts. From here on out, every decision we make will shape the future of Rhodes Island. We've reached a consensus. If we want to guarantee the safety of Rhodes Island's peoples and assets, there are certain decisions we can't avoid any longer. Simplify the ship's structure. Yes. We need to segregate Rhodes Island's important resources and help the personnel stationed on the ship settle in. This will help ease the concerns of those stationed on the ship, while also improving everyone's response time in the event of an emergency. But I still have some questions, Cultsit. This means we'll have to dismantle the vast majority of the ship's structure. Dr. Cultsit, did you accelerate Rhodes Island's defense planning only because of parts' recent irregularities? The recent irregularities have made one thing clear. Parts is slowly spiraling out of control. And as time goes on, this will only accelerate. However, Parts is only Rhodes Island's terminal control system. If it's no longer in our control, then who is it taking orders from? You're worried about internal threats? Amiya, that possibility has always existed. I trust you, Dr. Cultsit. Phew, now what a headache. What do you think, Doctor? I trust Cultsit's judgment. She and I have already rehearsed hundreds of contingency plans. Okay, then what can I do, Cultsit? You've already played a big role in the ship's reconstruction. The mechanical structures connecting the different core areas have been almost completely replaced with cyclic, hydrocarbon, prefabricated materials over the past 5 years, which can support a certain degree of modular disassembly. A certain degree? The power systems on the lower deck and the uppermost deck cannot be separated for now. When Rhodes Island was first excavated, the limitations of available technology and other constraints prevented us from restoring it to its ideal condition. It wasn't until 7 years ago, when Closure and I drafted the blueprints for the restoration, that we discovered it would be hard to modify Rhodes Island's structure. I'm pleasantly surprised that we've managed to do as much as we did. The catastrophe warning system and the medical center are particularly crucial modules. Both involve technologies that are not yet ready to be disclosed and are also the hardest to deploy. Aegir? It's risky, but well warranted. Leveraging Clementia's and Gladia's private channels, we won't even have to establish contact with the Aegir authorities. I can assure this matter is handled discreetly and properly. We might even be able to conduct technology transfers. I reckon that would make Warframe happy. Okay, so this is after Aegir fully reconnected. So, Undertides has happened. Not Undertides, Path of Life has happened already. That is the path I believe we should take. Aegir, looking at all the factors, this is the best choice we can make. I will personally communicate with the Inquisition and Aegir personnel to ensure the safe arrival of our own personnel and assets. Most of our patients have now been temporarily placed in treatment facilities in various offices along with reinforcements. All that is left is for the remaining patients to be transferred to Aegir once the medical center is operational again. Leave this matter to me. The support vehicle for long-distance patient transport is already prepped and ready to go. As for the transfer arrangements for logistics and engineering, I talked it over with my people and everyone was enthusiastic about temporarily moving to Kazdel. Many of them are old friends who stuck with us back then, and returning to Kazdel means a lot to them. Yes, I talked to Wizardo before leaving Kazdel. Babel will assign personnel to escort both our people and key assets throughout the entire journey. We'll be flying the banners of Babel and the military commission. The mercenaries won't dare try anything. And then there's our mining module. Long time ago, I purchased a semi-decommissioned mining ship from Rim Billington and registered it under Rhodes Island's name. The ship's mining module can now be legally transferred to the new mining vessel to continue operations in Rim Billington. At the same time, I placed an order on the market to buy the mining module. To hide your tracks? Making any major changes in the short term is sure to attract attention, especially from our rivals, who will use the opportunity to use them against us. While calling it a refit and upgrade may be something most factions will accept, anybody with their own plans, the ones watching us more closely, won't be fooled. We need a few more sophisticated explanations. I stopped in Syracuse to resupply before returning to the ship, where I visited Vigil and Penance in Nuova Vocini. They helped me dig into the current state of affairs in Nuova Vocini. As long as the Familia are not publicly pressuring Nuova Vocini, City Hall will be able to protect us. I propose inserting a business department into Nuova Vocini by means of investment. Establishing a cooperative relationship with City Hall will counter both overt and covert maneuvers from competing companies. Doctor, what do you think? I agree with Amiya. Okay, so this is also after Puerto de Nuevo, whatever the fuck. Il de Puerto de Norvicini? I don't know, whatever. the Lapland event. We can build a backup warehouse in Nuova Vocini as well. The logistics system of Nuova Vocini has changed a lot in the past year, and the port's cargo throughput is extremely impressive. With City Hall's cooperation, it will be easier for us to conceal the transportation and storage of important assets. Doctor, let me handle coordination with the rest of the support facilities. There is one last painful task on the list. Everyone looks at the blueprint spread out in front of them as the command center falls silent. And this is the key to everything we're doing. Kaltsit points to a region in the center of the blueprints. Abyss. The fuck is Abyss? Oh, it's literally an abyss. What the fuck? Who designs a blueprint like that? It's like censored. On the blueprint, a new area has been added to what was once a blank space in the central section of the middeck. Abyss. Kaltsit has never told you what this abyss really means, but you still have a vague feeling that the area marked on the blueprint, this area that has never been recorded by parts, is inextricably linked to you. A long time has passed since it was last opened. Even back then, when I had to get close to the place to bring back someone important, I didn't dare go near the deeper part, the one that's been sealed away all this time. However, now I'm not even sure what kind of changes have happened in there. As I just said, if the part's abnormalities have a specific cause, then the abyss must be involved somehow. How do you think we should deal with this section, Doctor? I haven't the slightest idea. I need to go there and investigate. Doctor, Kaltsit, I'll bring the doctor there myself. Amiya, Closure, I need you two to make sure the surrounding areas are completely cleared out. Set up the first isolation zone around the abyss itself, and a second one within 1 kilometer of the ship. Ascalon and the elite operators will stay aboard on standby. I need all other personnel on board to temporarily leave the ship and prepare for countermeasures. Amiya, you and Closure must leave temporarily as well. Be prepared to activate our contingency plans at any time to deal with unexpected situations. How long do we have? A mass migration like this will be hard to get done in a short period of time. 15 days. During this period, you need to complete a full body data scan and comparative analysis, Doctor. We've just been transporting a freaking black hole around near everyone? Yeah, I guess so. It's just been sitting in our, center of the ship. I'll get it done. Dr. Kaltsit, what is actually in the abyss anyway? The beginning of everything and the end of everything. Thanks, Kaltsit. Kaltsit, I want to go to the abyss and see for myself. Kaltsit seems to know why you want to do this and gives a slight nod. Alright. But please keep in mind, until we are fully prepared, we can conduct preliminary explorations in the periphery. I'll be careful. We can't go any deeper. I can't tell if getting closer to the core area of the abyss will cause some unexpected changes. We're still some distance away from the actual abyss. I also don't have permission to open the way to the abyss. I'm still trying, but to this point, I've made very little progress. So you're saying this is where I first woke up on Terra? Physically, yes, but your situation is a bit more complicated than that. Does coming here bring back any specific memories? Is this some sort of test? Kaltsit shakes her head. I just want to confirm that you are in good health. After withdrawing from Lindinium, our operations in Trimounts and Malarium inevitably forced us to confront the history of this land. And your history. Okay, yeah. So, Trimounts, which is Lone Trail, and Malarium, which was Path of Life. So, Cerulean Arbor and the fucking Kristen. In the Originium assimilated universe, I caught a glimpse of my mission. The savior of this land. The destroyer of this land. Kaltsit, I cannot avoid it, nor do I have any reason to. Doctor, I stopped questioning your resolve long ago, which is the only reason we're here now. Kaltsit, I have a theory about the true nature of the Abyss. Is Priestess here? This is why you chose to leave Amiya and Closure out of this conversation. After all, I don't fully understand it either. Yes, but we would have had to prepare for it anyway, sooner or later. Amiya is still young, but every new trial we face helps her mature a little bit as a leader. You can always rely on Closure's knowledge and skill, and she's taking more responsibility over Rhodes Island as well. They are all worthy of your trust and reliance. They will stand by your side for a long time to come. And so will you. But right now we need to figure out what exactly is happening to Parts. Our experience in the simulated universe left us with many unanswered questions, and ever since Teresa and Teresis joined forces to seize the first Originium, I felt uneasy about what's to come. Perhaps she had already awakened when Aminam arrived. But that was 3 years ago. I cannot be completely certain. It is very likely that Teresis used some method I cannot trace to cut off their controller from the Originium. They delayed her arrival? I'm afraid delayed is not the most apt description of it. Nonetheless, I must admit that they did something I've never imagined they'd do, and objectively speaking, they bought us more time. However, we will eventually awaken from our beautiful dream. Sounds like we will have to open the abyss. Indeed, after all, Parts is still operational to this day. Its core server and power sources are buried within the depths of the abyss. We can't touch them or analyze them. We can never be too cautious when dealing with such an unknown space. I'll share everything I currently know about it with everyone involved in the operation. Can I help you with anything? No. For the version of you that exists now, even approaching these hazy fragments of the past take a heavy toll, and right now I have no way to help you shoulder that burden. Go help me and the others. Leave the abyss to me. If you choose to trust me, that is. Of course. I just want you to know. You're not alone here, Cultsit. Thank you for your concern, Doctor. I understand. I've just been vaguely following, but I feel like the Law supercomputer is gonna have. Oh. Visitor, Cultsit. Hello, Cultsit. We meet again. You look like you need my help. I do. Please search for a technical document. Keyword, Slumber Bridge. Are you still there? I'm here. Sorry, Cultsit. I still can't output the answer you're looking for. You have crossed the line. I know. But we need it, Teresa. The evolution rate of Eripathy is accelerating, and the threat from Originium is increasing. Rhodes Island must find a more effective method to respond to it. I get what you're saying, but I cannot provide what you're looking for, as your request violates the underlying logic of DWDB-221E. But I do have a way to circumvent its limits, Cultsit. Deep dive. But yeah, I feel like the Law supercomputer is gonna have to get involved at some point, even if it's a relatively small player in this insane. I mean, it gets involved literally next this coming limited event, right? Because it's the Sancta event. Universe, deep dive. What you're saying and what I've seen, it's all beyond my imagination. I have just far too many questions and opinions about this kingdom, but language, yours, cannot describe. Mine, cannot explain. Commonality, thought, existence. Hack your thought. Hack your language. Thought is language. Follow me. Oh, what the fuck? A massive instrument instantly catches the Countess's attention. Her vision swims, the instrument distorts light and her consciousness. To the Countess, it sometimes appears to spin faster than her eye can follow. Other times, it appears completely still. Oh no. It still appears to be moving very slowly. Very slowly. She stops looking directly at the device that seems capable of devouring her consciousness, yet she still cannot stop herself from falling over. The ice-cold code traveler catches her. Thought, resonance. Accept it. Forsake resistance. Hear yourself. Ray... I would say, Ray Tracer, what are you doing? Death. The Countess instantly hears several different tones at once. She hears several foreign languages she can identify. Rimbilitonian, Ursine, Standard Victorian, and Gaulish, which she's only ever heard spoken by the clergy. But what she hears above all else is a strange language she's never heard before. A language made of tones. Yet somehow she understands what the strange tones mean. Death. I can understand you. How? Thoughts can be anchored, and words can be deciphered. Language is a tool, a right, and one of the key elements that helps shape our existence. And SETA is one of the greatest inventions of our time. We've erased the barriers of language, we've bridged the gaps between civilizations. That symbol, an anchor for thought, the meta script that deciphers all known languages, and a tool for interpreting unknown languages. Death, that is the language that up until now you have thought the most about, Hirda. This is fucking trippy. Reincarnation. That is how you all communicate? Communicating via voice is inefficient. However, it is very intriguing and good way to express emotion. Many still stubbornly hold on to this tradition, deepening their emotional bonds with one another. I don't fully understand you. Can you tell me where we are right now? A ship that salvages death from the grave. We seek answers to the ultimate question amongst the ruins illuminated by light, before the same destruction befalls us. Before death befalls us. The place you have visited, its master calls it Rhodes Island. What the fuck? What? The Countess is confused. She is no longer confused by the strangeness of her surroundings. She's perplexed by a different question. How can a god die?
Confidence of our companions is earned. The road ahead is perilous. These victories are precious.
I have more questions. I have more questions instead of answers. Oh, this drops Akaton really early. What does this drop? Oh yeah, that's just currency. Chapter 15 is challenging your media literacy while you're trying to read the text through After all, enemies do not always come from the outside. Intrusive call. Parch deploys enemies and weakening nodes and activates weakening nodes. Weakening nodes reduce opposing forces' defense and res after activation. Oh, there's a parts thing. And now there's Iridium. Does that mean it's helper lost again? Watch out for the Iridium on it. Don't let it get too close. Oh, it's spiky now. Uh-oh. Why is parts here? What's going on? Stop, maintenance helper. Don't go any further.
Not one step backward.
Oh, it dissolved into Iridium. Hey. I'm getting strange commands from the terminal's combat interface. Same here. What does this strange symbol mean? Hey, what's going on here? Parts process reset. Threat detected. Identifying target. Identification complete. Beginning combat deployment. Prepare to eliminate threat. Whoa, where the fuck? Hey, how did this maintenance helper get here? Instructor Doberman. Something's not right. I'm calling for backup. Be careful.
Freeze!
I don't believe Iridium has infected machines. Like, it's ruined machines, but I don't believe it's ever infected machines before. We're getting attacked by the drink machines? This is a drink machine? That's really funny, actually. What's the situation there, Instructor Doberman? We noticed that Parses has been doing a lot of dangerous things without authorization. Intel indicates that Parts is bypassing permissions and deploying enemies to marked locations directly. But we can stop it by deploying our own operators at these locations in advance, like this. High threat target identified. Modifying command. Reassessment complete. What the fuck? Parts threw something in front of me. Is it charging up? Oh, now I'm fighting my own terminal? This is bullshit. Oh, it's even got a rhombus inside it.
Freeze!
Charging complete. Parts is activating it. It's a weakening node. When activated by Parts, it weakens all operators around it while remaining active. But we can also activate it first to weaken the enemy. It will also have a longer duration that way. It costs DP to activate, so we'll have to be flexible about our approach. Fuck you. You don't get to click shit, priestess. Oh, it like clenches its fists in frustration. Eliminate all the remaining enemies.
Save us a lot of time if you just surrender.
Anybody hurt?
Yeah.
Freeze!
Yeah, no deployment for you, you rat.
Mission accomplished.
Dude, if Parch uses
we did
pause
all
deploy against us, that'd be the most fucked up thing. That'd be really funny, but that'd be the most fucked up thing. All are but fragments written down in that endless book of cacophonies. Intrusive call. Parts deploys. Yeah, okay. Different enemies will appear. Time. You asked me why the first language I shared with you after our thoughts resonated was death. I really don't know either. Aboard this strange colossal vehicle called Rhodes Island, the Countess can barely feel the passage of time. It makes her uneasy. Ever since the day she became infected, time has meant everything to her. Time will bring her death, and perhaps liberation. However, the beings who dwell in this strange place yet deny they are gods seem utterly indifferent to it. Maybe it's because I've never been afraid of dying. Death is nothing more than a passage to a new environment. Pessimist. That's how they would describe you in your own language, yes? A pessimist? I don't think so. The Countess blurts it out and regrets it just a little. She had agreed with many of the clergy's arguments back during those debates, but now that she's here, does she still need to think in those terms? Does she really care about everything she's experienced before the collapse? After all, even time has forsaken her now. I once worked in a mine that seemed to be endless. To maintain efficiency, the overseer would kill or drive off any bothersome originium slugs. Originium slugs? A mine? Yes, those originium slugs are even weaker than me, and the mines were once my home. But the overseer didn't expect that the kindest worker in the mine was secretly feeding, caring for the originium slugs they were trying to drive away, which only drew more of them into the mine. Eventually, the slugs disrupted the mine's foundation, leading to a collapse. But you survived. The slugs' secretions fed me. In such a harsh environment, many of them lived short lives, yet new ones kept being born. They gave me strength. Miners, originium slugs, and yourself, but your story ignores the death of Terra, Hierda. You do not treasure your Terra. That's not true at all. In our language, Terra bless us is a phrase that invokes something almost divine. You still have a very limited definition of life. I don't understand. You've shown me so many individuals, each starkly distinct from the next. You all feel love and hate just as we do, and yet are still vastly different from each other. Salvaging death from the grave, you all live united by the purpose that I can't understand. But why have I come here? The Countess ponders this question, but her intuition tells her the answer lies with the person who just extended a hand to her. He looks out the porthole, at the top of the cabin into the cold, silent, endless expanse of space. The light from the distant giant spear, once again, passes over the dead planet, piercing the Countess' eyes. However, despite her blurry vision, she spots a small silhouette within the light. There is someone out there in deep space? Is that the one I'm looking for? The someone out in the depths of space seems to hear the Countess' voice. A shadow within the light stirs ever so slightly. You're looking for me? One circle. Two circles. The little dots are spinning in the darkness. They're accelerating, coming closer and closer. They rip a hole in the darkness and a bright blazing beam of light shines through. I extend my arms and embrace them. Core body temperature is elevated. Nerve blocker has already been administered. Body temperature rising rapidly. Prepare to administer muscle relaxant and replenish blood volume. Repeat the medication again, and let's start the operation. Dr. Warfrin? Did I doze off again? Maybe I'm just really exhausted. Don't try and speak now. Your throat is badly injured. You feel like you went to sleep? Yes, and I had a long dream. You didn't feel any other discomfort? No. Did something happen just now, Dr. Warfrin? Nothing major. Did you dream about anything special? Anything special? That's hard to say. In my dreams, there were balls of mud spinning around each other on black velvet. They're now big and now small. One moment they were smaller than children's marbles, next larger than the whole of Victoria. Someone picked them up and flung them back out. They started smashing into each other and burst like fireworks. But the whole time, I didn't hear a sound. Anything else? I also saw threads, stretching from one ball of mud to another, each one made of light. And on every thread there were people, running outward, racing along the light. I followed them. I ran to a white patch of earth. It was completely empty, save for a single stone tablet standing there. Stone tablet? What was written on it? Nothing, Dr. Warfarin, and that's when I woke up. What a strange dream. But then again, you remember it quite clearly, which means your brain's memory module is still functioning properly. The more clearly you remember your dream, the closer you were to waking up when you dreamed of it. As I see it, the fact that you were able to remember your dream is a very good thing. Say, I haven't seen Dr. Touch today. She has other matters to attend to. She told me to give you this. Look. Huh? The spring, the gears, the hands. All the parts that make up a clock. She said it would help relieve your stress. Dr. Warfarin, is Rose Island in some kind of trouble again? Little one, you've come to the wrong place. Surprisingly, BB got lost. I like that it's unsurprisingly. Oh my god, BB's hiding in fear. It seems like Closure failed to examine your program modules. Little one, this item here should definitely not be on your maintenance list. The Goliath lifts it gently and examines it curiously in his hands. What a huge change. It was empty when Her Highness left. Now, there are so many interesting people and things here, right? Ascalon? Tell them not to worry. I'll take care of the mobility layer. Okay. Ascalon, you seem in poorer spirits than you were when you returned from Victoria. What about the people working under you? They have been dispatched to create the isolation zone outside the ship. I'm remaining on this ship, and that's sufficient. Rhodes Island does indeed need a blade that moves through the darkness, but that doesn't mean you need to consciously remain silent. Come chat with me when you have time. I have liquor here. Besides, I want to tell you to tell me about Teresa's. I witnessed the beginning of that heroic epic, and you witnessed its end. What we saw was very different. Okay. I will convey your thoughts to the Doctor and Amiya when they have time. The Goliath places BP in the front of the exit passage. Stop wandering around. The mobility layer is dangerous. Don't underestimate what high concentrations of Originium can do to someone like you. I'll keep my eye on the work here, and that'll be enough. Damn Calcit. What could have gotten you this tense? Parts operation record. Confidential. Escort. No, fuck you! Escort catastrophe warning system and medical center core components. Executor. Confidential. Mechanist. Logos. Rydian. Contact. Records erased. Situation abnormal. Enemy weapons technology exceeds mission parameters. Risk of exposure present. Possible enemy signal detection capability. Shutting down drone transmission temporarily. Dude, I love Mechanist. Although I don't know how to feel about this fucking glove. Like, what is this? Are these extra buttons? Do you have buttons on the inside of your grip? What's going on here, Mechanist? Logos, I'm counting on you for the drone's live feed. I'm ready. Circuits. Etched into Originium through spoken words. Drawn by hand to reveal what the swarm perceives. Logos' bone pen hovers in the air, automatically transcribing the images recorded by the drone. 12 flexible vehicles buried in the sand. 31 armed militants. The 5 snipers' nests have already been marked. There seems to be a signal isolation device in the tent, which the scanner cannot penetrate. All are carrying unidentified weapons. Threat level unknown. Further on-site confirmation required. Rydian, you're up next. I'm starting the drone recall procedure. In position. Wait a second, can you see me? The bone pen taps lightly. Its strokes weaving together the rough outline of a human form. This is so interesting. Why? So you mean to tell me that Banshees moved away from death incantations and death knells to approach, or death like wailing, and the power of death to use Originium and incantation arts. And incantation arts can just function like technical devices and interface with technical devices. The technology is so interesting. I need to do a deep dive of Originium tech, because now you have an extra medium of communication, and also it's like signals, right? Signals could be very different depending on the Originium like structure of the machine. Like obviously we have radio waves, but like if Originium can interfere with radio waves like it did in the Londinium arc, then it's very clearly has a presence in the atmosphere, and they're using some sort of like medium of communication. Radian gives a tentative wave to the two people watching the feed, and even in floating text, her smile comes through clearly. We are standing by, ready to assist you. It's no problem. In 90 seconds, your drone and I will leave together. On screen, Radian walks into the signal blocking tent as if no one else is there, and the transmission cuts out. Logos? We're ready to launch a full assault at any time. The incantations have already drifted on the wind to the edge of their camp. 10 seconds. 20 seconds. 30 seconds. Done. All intel's been transcribed. I'll be back in a sec. It didn't create even a single stir. I overwrote the visual signals received by each target's brain. Chances are, all they saw was a mischievous little sand beast slipping into the tent to escape the wind and sand. Why can Radian can do that? That's fucked up. Radian has like mental distortion arts. Mechanist, how goes it? Did you discover anything while parsing the intel reports? All weapons have had their origins erased and have been modified to suit their operators, but I'm familiar with how to operate it. Doctor discussed its rather rare design with me just recently. They are from Aegir. Aegir? But the people who are going to interface with us, aren't they also? Regardless, the threat has been cleared. We must not yield to such a threat and allow it to interfere with our equipment transfer, nor can we create any disruption that could alert the personnel involved. Matters of great importance that needs to be resolved quietly. Wait, Aegir is interfering with us. Aegir, you rat bastard. Ensure the transfer and installation of mining modules. Misery, Storm Eye, Sharp. Dude, all the elite operators too. That's interesting. There's no way. They're wearing special protective equipment to ward off our physical attacks. This was arranged in advance. They even knew our personnel layout. Orchid, stay back. They're clearly after our mining module. Figures. I knew I'd end up working overtime again. Spot, support Midnight and Catapult. Popcar, have you called for reinforcements? Yeah, I called already. Orchid, be careful. Futile. As for the others, there is no one else. Where's that sound coming from? You really have prepared well. Unfortunately, you're not quite strong enough to handle arts. Oh, shit. She looks really familiar. No, that's not right. It shouldn't be you. Shh, even your heart has gone silent. I'll deal with the injured. That said, Midnight is getting too worked up again. Orchid, I'll have to trouble you to deal with them. Leave them to me. The doctor guessed correctly. Someone leaked the details of our operations. Dude, I forgot about Mantra. Dude, Mantra looks so cool, actually. Wrap this up quickly. Tow the backup mining ship to the nearest nomadic city and get the energy bay patched up. Then return to the ship at once to avoid any mishaps. But Pith, why are you our backup? Parts told me it would be Misery. You followed a hunch? A last minute change in plans right before departure. I'm just worried that... I believe in you. Misery, Storm Eye, Sharp, and such have other plans. Do we need to inform the rest of our colleagues via parts? No, that's not necessary. If everything goes well, I was worrying over nothing. Parts is leaking our shit. Escort logistics and engineering departments to Kasdal. How many waves of mercenaries have attacked us already today? This is the 7th wave now. They may not be too threatening, but it's really strange how many of them have been attacking us every day this past week. We've only just crossed Casdale's border. These guys don't fear death. They remind me of the mercenaries we met in Sargon. Faithless. Misery, what's taking you so long? We planned for you to be back by now. You should know that this place is still quite some distance from the Scar Market. Even if I knew every shortcut around here, it would still take me some time. What has the investigation revealed so far? For the past 2 weeks, someone's been routing the majority of Scar's Market's orders here through a network of outsourcers. There's no way to trace the client. They covered the tracks well. In other words, it was just bad luck that we ran into these mercs. They're not actively coming to attack us? I'm afraid so. It seems that not all of the worries doctors had before we departed were unfounded. Everyone, there's news from the sentries. Another group of mercenaries is shifting towards our position. There's a high chance we'll be engaging with them again soon. Misery, something's not right here. These unending waves of mercenaries don't seem to be trying to harm us. Instead, it's like they're trying to delay us. We can stay here and continue escorting the team. You all can return to the ship now. Don't worry, Fang. Some folks are going to find it harder than they thought to put their schemes into motion. The air is fluctuating. Is that wind? No, is that the life bone? Oh yeah, the big Farenmut. High above the sky, a massive skeleton has emerged, stirring the dust of history and casting a vast shadow below. For many at Rhodes Island, it is their first time seeing the massive skeleton that once appeared during the chaos in Victoria. What a sight. While investigating the Scar Market, I took a trip to Casdale to meet a few old friends. Let's leave the rest to them. We should go home. Yeah, literally calling on the fucking... literally the time god of Farenmut. I've already silenced all communications in visible range. Engaging now. Their weapons counter my gear, but they offer little resistance against your bone whistle and incantations. Far from it. They just don't quite understand the rules of my speech yet. I'm curious about the thought process the Aegir followed in developing such precise weaponry. But I'll grab a few pieces to take back and dismantle. I'll help you study them. Come on, you two, we're carrying out a mission here. There are at least 3 squads waiting in ambush up ahead. We can't take them all on. I'm afraid we can't handle this cleanly and quietly anymore. We need to tell our people to brace for the assault. Hey, the reinforcements the doctor called for are here. Rydian, Mechanist, mark the location for us. The bad guy will be there soon. Blaze, check your communication devices. I synchronized our location with you. Acknowledged. Wait a minute. Rosmontes, didn't we agree I'd rush in first and draw their fire away from you? I'll control the arts. I'm sorry, little ones, as a giant coffin smashes into them. Finished? I checked the signals in the surrounding area. They've been cleared out. Who can tell me what this thing really is? Oh, it's a little handy. When it tried to self-destruct, I had to use all my strength just to stop it. The people interfacing with us are also Aegirs. Why are they attacking our people and equipment? Let Dr. Kotzin, the doctor, can determine that. Ensure that we return to the ship as soon as our personnel and equipment are safely transferred to Clementia. We need to deal with these issues as soon as possible. There's still some unknown leakers out there. This is just the beginning, I'm afraid. That's strange. Why is Parts responding even slower now? Or is it just my imagination? This isn't right. No, let me check it again. Parts, I'll put all backend logs from the past 2 weeks. No problem here. No problems there either. No problems anywhere. It's like when that one, like, there were... it's like when someone was, like, investigating a...
Keep track of my position.
The communication, like a Microsoft thing.
Surrender now, and I can still turn down the heat.
Hold on. Don't do that. Oh, I can't undeploy there. Alright, don't do that.
I have to get serious now.
For reference, what I'm talking about is, hot drink machine.
Picked out your bait yet? Don't keep me waiting. I know better than that's your step.
Mine and
No,
Teresa's emotions.
stop deploying, you rat.
I'll manifest.
I hear the waves drumming again.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
I can hold. Is it correct? Or not quite?
Oh, Sibylle instantly fucking died.
Let's have a go.
Oh, these guys are not playing around. Okay.
I can hold probes functional. Corazonix, good to go.
I know what nothing can mask the scent of despair.
I'm here. Lovely.
Probes functional. Corazonix, good to go.
Sorry, Blaze, you're just gonna have to eat shit. Holy shit, Priestess is like aggressive.
Reasonable data. Try
I need to
processing
keep
it.
this from activating. There we go. But yeah,
I can
so
hold clear images.
to explain what I'm talking about,
Check the
basically in the past, someone was wondering or was checking their like
I know
system,
what nothing can
and
mask the
they
scent.
got
Is it
really
correct?
confused because they were like, oh, something's taking
Let's have a
like
go.
something's taking like 100
A
milliseconds
truly
longer than it
resounding
should.
victory. Let us bask in
And
the
they
cheers
went
of
to
this
investigate it, and they found an exploit. They found an exploit put in through like a public repository that like someone was using to bypass it. And this is like on Windows software. Like they found someone that like maliciously put in some code that was like redirecting ever so slightly differently, and then it would end up and it was causing a 100 millisecond delay. And the only reason it was caught was because some engineer was like, wow, this is taking just ever so slightly longer. What's going on here? I'm gonna dig into the bytecode. And they were like, oh shit, what's going on? But yeah, that's what Closure doing all that shit reminds me of. Okay, I need to get water. I'll be right back. Oh man, I haven't had to read in so long. I can't believe I read through all of chapters 1 through 9 out loud. But also, I think the stories were shorter back then. Oh, it just goes straight
My
into it.
equipment is ready.
And then you gotta
We can
get
start
a drink of
anytime.
water.
Good scenery here, Doctor.
I can hear the sorrow within you all.
Ooh, I have to get serious now.
Picked out your bait yet? I know what nothing can mask the scent.
Alright, what are you doing, you rat bastard priestess?
Once the wind fills our sails, it's time to act.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
I can hold not that reasonable data. Try processing it.
Mine and Teresa's emotions. I'll manifest them here.
Periodically summons one
correct?
confused mechanical
Or not
helper.
quite. Whatever. Let's have a go.
Alright. We're deploying Shu here.
A word I've not heard in a long, long time.
Not that reasonable data. Try processing it.
Imagine if I could attack the priestess hand. That'd be so funny.
Ooh, we're counting on you again today, little apple.
I can hold clear images.
I will sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
I can hold not that reasonable data. Try processing it. Doctor, is it correct? Or not quite? Whatever. Let's have a go.
None of that, priestess. You will not have your day today.
Doctor, probes functional. Corazonics, good to go. I can hold that reasonable data. Try processing it.
Imagine Priestess starts like interfering with like a 1-block shift deploy with specialists. Does this chapter reset the difficulty like chapter 9? I think it does. These have been pretty easy. The only thing that's been exceptional has been like the explosions done to like the explosions of the air units, the drones. They got significantly harder. But I think it did reset. Doctor, Mantra and the others have already returned to the ship. Your guess was correct. Someone is targeting our mission. This instrument is from Aegir? Dr. Kultzik, can we discover anything from its remaining parts? No, the Aegir Academy of Technology put a great deal of care into this delicate piece of equipment. Given their pride, I bet that they made sure no one could ever crack their little handy. But the appearance of little handy itself is enough to explain many problems. Doctor, do you remember the Joint Marine Corps? Of course. Both the Iberian and the Rim Billington authorities have responded to our call. The problem is that once cooperation begins, subsequent developments could spiral beyond what we've anticipated. In recent weeks, the Aegir fleet has not only constructed ports in Iberia, but also established landing sites along the southern coast of Rim Billington. The Aegir from the deep sea made no immediate move to land. Instead, they carried out a number of operations, including hydrographic surveying, under the banner of technical cooperation. They also quickly assembled a land patrol through a mix of hired personnel and official partnerships, relying on more neutral intermediaries to facilitate cooperation with land-based forces. So you're saying the attackers are the land patrol? We're still only speculating, but right now the land patrol is the only one that fits all the evidence we've collected. Dr. Kultzik, some of the consuls don't back Clemencia, yes, but that's improved that Aegir is behind all this. No, I am more inclined to believe that someone took advantage of the internal conflicts within Aegir. The land patrol near the Iberian border, the mining ship being handed off in Rim Billington, the mercenaries on the Kasdelian frontier. The breadth of their deployments and depths of their knowledge about Rhodes Island's classified missions, that's more than enough to prove that Aegir isn't behind this. However, there's no possibility of rebellion within Rhodes Island. I don't believe that will happen either. Doctor, do you think there's anyone else in Rhodes Island who could do that besides us? No. That's right, no one else could do that. Dr. Kultzik, the threats that Rhodes Island faces now are unpredictable. Dr. Warkfrin has warned us several times. The special patients that she is caring for, their conditions are deteriorating faster than she can control. Whether to save our patients or to respond to potential crises, we need more aggressive responses. I reviewed the records Teresa left in the Black Crown. She also made major breakthroughs through her work on Civilite Eterna. I can visit Civilite Eterna to look for potential help, just like Teresa did. We must carefully assess the risks involved, Amiya. Amiya, are you sure you're ready? I cannot give you a definitive answer, Doctor, but I will never stop trying. Any advantage I can gain may help Rhodes Island progress further. I want to try. I'll go with Amiya. Doctor, I cannot agree to such a risky plan. Can Civilite Eterna link to my thoughts? Doctor, that's too dangerous. No one has ever done something like this before. I agree with Dr. Kultzik that you shouldn't take the risk. Kultzik recalls the experience of her dear friend, which is not something she is happy to recall. Yes, Civilite Eterna can do that. She did it before. Teresa. Doctor, your mind is incredibly complex, but you're not the only one at risk here. Amiya could be exposed to completely unforeseen shocks as well. I will not agree to this preposterous proposal. Dr. Kultzik. Amiya, this is my opinion. I cannot interfere with yours and the doctor's final decision on this matter, but I hope you understand my stance. Amiya, I can open my mind to you completely, but Dr. Kultzik, when it's all over, we'll go apologize to her together. I trust you, Doctor. I'll leave the decision of when to stop entirely up to you. Let's start up after I finish arranging the defenses. Are you worried about me? I'm not mad at all. Once again, we've arrived at a critical turning point. Last time Babel met the fate I dreaded most. It turns out I can't make sure everything is running on its ideal track, monster. Our own limitations have begun to affect our usefulness in more important endeavors. We may be able to witness the changes of the stars and the untamed cosmos, but when faced with a real crisis, we're no different from any other creatures on this great land. Thank you for comforting me. I can sense your good intentions. Yes, I suppose Amiya and the Doctor have already begun preparing to delve deeper into Civilite Eterna. I will not interfere with Amiya's decision. She is mature enough to make the most correct judgment. And the Doctor? The Doctor isn't quite the same anymore either. Maybe I still have a glimmer of hope in my heart. Maybe this time the outcome will be different. It is true that my own sanity is constantly warning me. Touching the Doctor's mind again with the help of Civilite Eterna is not a sound decision. But Amiya is right. We don't have much choice. Monster, I will protect the Doctor and Amiya. Yeah, I was like, actually trusting us is wild. At this moment, Monster can sense even Kaltz's slightest emotions. Ever since Kaltz's last awakening, Monster has been at her side. Monster is her companion, the symbiote she personally guides, and more importantly, herself. You're wrong. I do not feel hopeless, Monster. I'm delighted that the ancients overthrew the rule of the elders, and I am also pleased that Lugal Zargus set the starting point for a new civilization. Dog, you cannot just throw these three key names at us. Come on, you cannot just throw that shit at. I have made mistakes out of arrogance, but I have also regained my confidence by making dear friends. Maybe yours and my basic structure will always be aliens to this land, but that doesn't mean we will always walk alone. I have found my home in Rhodes Island on this great land. I've fulfilled her expectations, Monster. I've learned to love. I've found myself. I must protect Amiya and the Doctor. I must protect the true variable here, the future I cannot even glimpse. I've communicated with Civilite Eterna before, yet I haven't been able to break through my own limitations. But Amiya can. Of that, Teresa and I are certain. I'm sure she can pluck significance from the massive trove of data. With Teresa's blessing, she can do it. She is still Amiya after all. I've seen her grow into a leader with my own eyes. Following in footsteps, she might find some words one left behind. In the past, when Originium had not yet taken shape, there was an era when luminaries competed to argue with the epoch itself. Their wonderful ideas, born of a desire to celebrate and save lives, still persist. All is not yet lost, Monster. Terra has a chance, no matter how faint, to keep that hope alive. Me? No, Monster, I'm better at memories. Remembering the history I witnessed and have seen erased by time. I am not special at all. Kaltzik calmly inscribes the important info into Monster's spine. If the outcome I fear most does come to pass, if the one I least want to see stands in front of us once more, protect the Doctor, protect Amiya. I will engrave this directive into your basic behavioral strategy matrix. Come, Monster, we still have work to do. If the threat does come, I must ensure that Rhodes Island is Terra's first outpost against the crisis. I will be your final safeguard. That's
it's
depressing
really
as
nerve-wracking
fuck.
being in the medical squad. Support troops are really under lots of pressure. Good thing I'm already used to it.
That's really depressing. Oh, off for checklist. Any clear 1510 for the Oda outfit? Just taking care of things, yeah. The only way of discovering the limits of the possible is to venture a little way past them into the impossible. I've never tried to use the Black Crown to access your thoughts before, Doctor. Don't worry, Amiya. Thank you. She looks to her side at the beam of bright, warm light gently tugging at her hand. She shuts her eyes and slowly lets out a sigh of relief. We're in this together, Amiya. I don't know where this journey of ours will lead us, Doctor, but I'll protect you. I'll protect you too, Amiya. Under the watchful eye of Civilite Eterna, she gives your brow a light touch. Your memories and emotions flow towards me. It's strange. They billow so gently as they flow, and the memory's edge is close at hand. What did Teresa see back then? Amiya sees you, and calls it, and herself, and the many people aboard Rhodes Island. As she walks deeper, the boundary of that one memory comes within reach. Curiosity and concern nearly causes her to forget her mission. She wants to reach out to touch it. Touch upon the start of your memories, Chernobog, the sarcophagus, and you weakly stretching out your hand. Oh, that's a good memory. Doctor, take my hand. That's a good memory for us. It's a bad memory for Doctor and Amiya because this is a really stressful situation, but the beginning, it's good to see. Looks like there's other memories too. Why are they so blurred? Oh, what's going on here? Who was Amiya? You grab a hold of Amiya. Were you lost? I don't know. This is the first time I've ever dived so deep into someone else's mind. It's a very odd feeling. Good thing you pulled it off. Thankfully, yes. Now I can sense even the faintest of your thoughts. I can sense yours too. You sure are relaxed right now. I've got nothing to worry about with you around. So what should we do next? Hold my hand tight, Doctor. I'll protect you on the road ahead. Teresa taught me everything about the role of the king that day. She awaits us at the start of that path. Fucking Monka ass. I get what you're saying, but I cannot provide what you're asking for, as your request violates the underlying logic of DWDB-221E. But I do have a way to circumvent its limits, calls it. Deep dive. Unfortunately, not even Teresa was able to penetrate this deeply. The risk was far beyond what she could bear. You're not here for answers? Then why are you so insistent I access this data that is useless to you? I have no way of knowing if there will become a day that Amiya asks you the same question, but I hope that, in the darkness, she will find the way I lit for her. That was Kaltz's answer to me, Amiya. Could I ask you to look through all of Dr. Kaltz's access records for us? I would be happy to. Her every doubt, her every insistence, each and every time she left in disappointment, I will show it all to you unreserved. You have dove into Civilite Eterna before, Amiya, but this time, what you seek lies far beyond your limits. It is a place where life on Terra cannot tread for the time being, but perhaps you will find the chance to touch upon this knowledge that is not yours, because you have someone who walks alongside you, Doctor. Of me? You will quickly understand what I mean, Doctor. Follow me, Amiya. Follow me too. Oh, wow. Civilization's singularity. A great hallway of pure white circles around a central point that defies comprehension. The singularity. An unending stream of complex information flows from it, but the strands you manage to snatch hold are still within your understanding. Amiya cannot see the way you entered, but after an interminably long time of walking down the corridor, she finds herself back where she started. Yeah, that's how a circle works. That is what happens when you follow the path of a circle. You noticed, Amiya. The stagnation of civilization does not mean it stands still. It continues onward on time's linear flow, unable to turn back. But all that life discovers and creates is doomed to fall into an inextricable cycle. Mathematics, physics, philosophy, theology, these theories and practicalities among others cannot inspire hope as they once did. The ascending spiral has failed. Life squanders its future as it stumbles blindly in the dark. So, this is as far as we can go. Only as defined by Terra's current knowledge. It serves as a limit, yes, but it is also a safeguard. A safeguard. Some kind of cognitive barrier. Cognitive? Like how we can't make sand beasts calculate wave dynamics. Even if we gave them all the data and formula, all forcing it will do is hurt their brains. As keen an intuition as ever, Doctor, but not entirely correct. DWDB-221E enlightens life at a steady pace to bring it forward. It does not simply reveal fragments of the future to the seeker to create evolutionary leaps that violate the laws of nature and ethics. Knowledge cannot be unlearned, Amiya. The dreamers who glimpse the true sky are no longer happy to slumber in the ignorance on the ground. Information beyond civilization, cognitive limits, will simply blind them to reality. A deadly poison luring them into annihilation's embrace, throwing their civilization into the abyss. And so this boundary was born. But why does it look so much like a prison made from some giant data server? It appears in a form your mind can comprehend, just like DWDB-221E appears as a black cloud in the material world when accompanying you. To a minuscule ant, it is an Ouroboros river, forever unable to flow to the sea. But to a celestial body whose lifespan stretches to the trillions, it is a gravitational field that will stay with them their entire life, unfathomable, inescapable. You walk towards the section, but one step away from the void. The distant singularity at the core calls to you. Information washes past you like gentle waves, showing you glimpses of many fascinating sights. They are fleeting shadows of your past, a life you have lost and forgotten. Stray visions of an unfamiliar era. Be careful, Doctor. Amiya tugs on your hand. We don't know what will happen if you fall off this boundary. Are these what you saw? What I see, you see. The Originium slug egg went through the bridge between stars. So all these stories really did happen. Originium slug egg. When I was really young, I met someone who was incredibly caring. That care was matched with a great weakness, but also a stubborn insistence in carrying me across a road laden with Originium shards. When I was dizzy with fever, yet too scared of nightmares to sleep, a patient voice regaled me with stories I had never heard before. In a dark and cramped cave, difficult to find ore samples were smashed without the slightest hesitation, and the shining stones were scattered across the wall, and used to tell me tales of stars and the heavenly paradise above the clouds. Would you like to hear one of those stories, Doctor? I would be happy to. There was once someone who drove a mysterious vehicle shaped like an Originium slug egg on their lonesome, who went through the bridge between the stars. On the most quiet of nights, guides would borrow gliding clouds from old stars, and make round mirrors out of them to light the way. On the other side of the bridge, spires faded in and out of the clouds, and the stars wore crowns of flowers. When descending on that crown, you'll see that it's a really big playground, one where lovely little children gathered to play. But it was hard for the vehicle's driver to stop. The driver changed over to the most miraculous vehicle on hand and drove it for many, many years. But the years came to end and nobody was left. Nobody but the driver. Do you mean me? Yeah, this is the story Babel Doctor told. Mia grips your hand tightly. Yes. Thanks to my infection, it's hard for me to understand much from that time. And there's a lot from those stories I don't understand. But I will do everything I can to remember every single one of your stories. Because they are my stories, tales you told me. I don't want to forget them. I never thought today would be the day I finally get to share your gift to me with you, Doctor. This time we witnessed it together, you and I. We got to know this past life of yours once more. Thank you, Mia. Do you long for this kind of life, Doctor? I don't. You don't? Strange. It was such a beautiful life. One without the pain of apathy, without conflict or war, where children could live their lives of joy. There's always two sides to life, Amiya. Maybe you're right. The cruelty behind the happiness, the joy behind the suffering. We've experienced it all ourselves. I'll admit, I shared these wonderful stories with Teresa and she was just as amazed as I was. She always hoped that everyone in Kasdel, no, in all the lands, would have the chance to experience such a life. She did her best to see it come true. We can't let things slide back, Doctor. There may come a day that Rhodes Island will be able to see this beauty flourish across the land. So what next? Deep dive. The intact data stored within DWDB-221E is decoded by the singularity and exported in the moderated and suitable format as information. However, Amiya, on her own will not be able to break through the limits of the baseline logic. Am I a special case then? I am not certain, but the possibility is there. But how are we supposed to get close to the information once it's exported? Forgive me, Amiya, but I have no further information on this topic. I will search through the clues Cults left behind and insert anything that may be of use to you so it is easier to find. Perhaps we could build a bridge? A bridge? A bridge to knowledge. Has anyone done something like that before? There is no precedent in the records. It's worth a try either way. And you must be aware of the risks. The closer you get to the singularity, the denser the information will become. You may possibly experience it gaining mass. Information with mass? It is possible here, yes. It is also possible that information not yet fully decoded will flood into your mind and destroy it. An destroyed mind means death. Holy shit. Don't mind me, traveler. I'm simply watching yet another bout of destruction is all. Irda, that's your name, right? Did you just say my name? I don't know whatever language you're speaking in at all. Also, how'd you know? As the Countess passes by the porthole, she sees the figure out in the darkness of space slowly approach the ship, then disappear from her sights. Who is that, Ray Distorter? Is something wrong? There's not many of us who like her. Sorry, traveler. I can't stand, simply can't handle being in the same room as her. If my friends saw this, they'd give me the cold shoulder because of it too. When the bewildered Countess snaps out of it, she finds herself the only person in the cabin. But foreseeing the arrival of an unwelcome soul, everyone else had made themselves scarce. What the fuck? And then the Countess sees her. No need to look so amazed. I learned how to communicate using long-distance resonance a while ago. That's an elf? Even the mannerism is like, kind of like Mulesis, I'm not gonna lie. At the very least, before destroying that odd race, I kept the unique language patterns they had evolved. Destroying? Do you detest destruction as well, our newly welcome guest? I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest. It's nothing too complicated. My people wants 8 stars to live. Others may hate us for it, but it's simply our survival instinct at work. But now that past only exists in horror stories passed around the metaphorical campfire. My people are on the brink of extinction. I fear I may be the last of my kind, in fact. We destroy to live, but when true destruction finally bears down upon us, we are powerless in the face of it. From that point onward, I have become nothing more than a beggar. With the aid of some geniuses, I have changed the method I use to obtain the energy I need to live. Sounds like you've been trying to blend in with the other life forms too. So when you're out in space, looking at that dead planet, were you reminiscing about the destruction you experienced? Reminiscing? Haha, nothing of the sort. Everyone here has accepted the ruination chasing us with serenity and hope in their hearts. Dude, this poor Hirda. She's just stuck in like essentially like the harbinger of death.
Reap
era.
not what's sown
What
by
the fuck?
malice.
How much damage do you do? Oh, you don't do that much. Okay.
When were the seeds of this tragedy planted?
Ooh, hope you're not around me, guys.
加減はしますよ。飯は食ってねえのか。全力で来い。
Picked out your bait yet?
This staff is bound to my thoughts. Ooh, get around me, guys.
I hear the waves drumming against the hull. They herald our victory. Not bad. Reasonable data. Try processing it.
Yeah, stop hitting that, please.
I know what better than your staff. I wasn't the clear skies.
Clear images. Check the data.
Holy shit, I need you dead. I need you dead, like, right now. You cannot be spamming that many robots. That's cheating.
I can hold both functional.
Scorch the heavens! The furnace! How did the rest go? Who cares? One of tears will bathe new life.
Not bad. Reasonable data. Try processing it.
Don't try to sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
I can hold both functional. Corazonix, good to go.
Essence of evolution? Yeah,
I
honestly.
hear the elegy.
Holy shit, there's a lot of you.
Period. The reversal of finality.
No,
Don't you can't hide your fear. No
see me.
Yeah, so like the explosion does nothing, but that's because Ascalon's like actively dodging
I
it.
can hold clear images. Check the data.
No one, you stepped to my domain. They only remember my
Thank
blade.
God for
Is it correct?
alchemist units.
Or not quite. Probes functional. Corazonix, good to go.
I know what nothing can mask the scent of despair.
Doctor, clear images. Check the data.
You don't get to click shit, you rat.
Mission accomplished.
I can't believe I have to go track the parts equipment. Yeah, Ascalon in the earlier dude, yeah, Ascalon in the very first like combat node would dude, why can't my Ascalon do that? Yeah, when it was fighting Teresa's, yeah, why can't my Ascalon do the funny execution like Fiora thing? The Cultist has never thought that oncoming doom, especially one pressing down on their neck, could be something to be accepted calmly. I can never be so indifferent if I had to live through everyone and everything. I love being destroyed. I don't understand how you... It's not indifference, but instead of belief in the absolute equality of the universe. It's a shame you arrived just a little bit late. This ship has just encountered a star-going supernova several thousand light years away, and has made a smooth withdrawal. If you see that sight with your own eyes, perhaps you will understand my meaning. The instruments in the hall begin to spin rapidly, until they're moving too fast for the Cultist to see with the naked eye. Then she sees a multitude of lights and shadows appear and float through the air. I see a giant sphere emitting a deep dark red light, and a small indigo dot speeding across its surface. But it seems like the big sphere is rotating around the blue dot. The one you call the blue dot is the pulsar that just went supernova I mentioned. The red star, which is gradually being torn apart by it, is its partner, now doomed to die as well. They once harbored many interesting primitive life forms. I have many fond memories of wandering through the planets of that star system. It's a pity they were snuffed out before they could see the world beyond the sky. Why are you showing this to me? Simply sharing the knowledge we have with you, traveler. One-sided paranoia and ignorance are often barriers to effective information transfer. I have no knowledge of your history either. The Cultist has barely had the time to comprehend these words, before suddenly, her newly acquired knowledge begins to assault her mind. The land may see life be born twice. These stars fallen from the sky can harbor life of their own. Ruination's end is not despair. We're not special when it comes to the land. A celestial body that can sustain life loves all that live upon it equally, no matter where they hail from. That is a law of nature. Don't be too greedy in lapping up that knowledge you can't fully understand yet. I saw you among all that information. You once had many of your people by your side, but suddenly... The presence. That's what a lot of people call you, right? I am just a wandering presence, true. Like I said, when true destruction bore down on me and my fellows, I was powerless. What exactly is this destruction you keep talking about? I've seen plenty of people here I can only describe as divine acts. What could possibly threaten people like you? I'm afraid that nobody on this ship can answer your question, traveler. In your eyes, we possess knowledge that many life forms in this universe would consider divine acts. But in this boundless cosmos, even we have limits to what we can explore and investigate. Are you disappointed? So there is definitely no eternal kingdom, a paradise where everyone can experience endless joy and happiness? Would you like such a place to exist? The Cultist hesitates for a moment before nodding. Nothing lives forever. Looking back through the history, I know, I have come across legendary civilizations that have conquered countless star systems, spreading across the cosmos for millions of years. But as far as the universe cares, what they left behind was, in the end, utterly insignificant. We once blindly chased after non-existent principles and ideals. In the midst of that golden age beyond recollection, we believed our existences to have a sure purpose. But in the end, any life form born with intelligence insists on declaring itself the center of its world. But whether or not it's right, in the universe's eyes, from start to finish, we are nothing. This is the first thing you must learn before you can understand it. Remember that brilliant supernova you just saw? From that tomb, life will be born anew, and there will come a day when those beings will understand what we carved on our grave. That we once had lives of our own, that we existed. I don't understand anything that you're saying. How are we born on this land? Was there an even more glorious civilization here before us? Are we going to be wiped out in the foreseeable future? But what I really want to know is, all this pain and suffering that Originium brings with it, can it be eliminated? I beg you, show me the way to the answers I seek. I can't answer any of your questions. Your first three have been asked in a myriad of languages in a myriad of ways across the universe. Only you can answer them yourself. As for your final question, I'm terribly sorry, but I've never heard of this Originium, and I can't find anything related to it in our databases. However, I do know someone someone interesting who also happens to be the master of this ship. Perhaps she will be able to solve your riddle. The master of this ship? She's a linguist of wide renown. Her name is... Priestess. No time to be lost in your thoughts, Doctor. Grab onto me. Did you see that, Amiya? I can't break my focus right now. Weaving together a way to the singularity is incredibly difficult. Even if Teresa were here to help. Did you see something, Doctor? You see a familiar figure. What the fuck are you doing here? Go, Doctor. Go solve your conundrums. Keep focusing, Amiya. I will. I'm doing everything I can now to stabilize the connection points, Doctor. Teresa has marked all the records Dr. Kaltzit searched through earlier. I'm trying to link them all together. But I still need an anchor point, one that can guide me back. I will keep watching here and serve as your anchor. Press onwards, Amiya. Whoa! Dude, that singularity looks so cool. Pink silken threads begin to gather. The meandering threads interweave and spiral, gradually spreading out from the boundary into the distant. Wait a minute. This is like this is like the actual thing of like a black hole where you have the event horizon, right? And the accretion disk is the information here. But black holes also will emit particles above and below the plane of the accretion disk. And this is what that looks like. Beyond its walls, the path to the singularity slowly takes shape. It's working. Originium arts doesn't seem to work here, but applying the logic behind casting them to the information here does. Can you build a bridge using completely unknown information? No, this place is full of information I can't analyze, not even with the help of Civilite Eterna. I wouldn't have been able to make this way forward alone. But thankfully, Dr. Kaltzit's access left records, and with Teresa's help, I can grasp onto her research data. That's more than enough for me. The pink threads continue to slowly spiral, linking together the many pieces of complex data that Kaltzit left her mark on. String by interwoven string, the path forward gradually forms. I can tell how you're feeling, Kaltzit. By analyzing the emotional matrix I constructed of you without your permission... what the fuck? I can see your tenseness is not only because of my sharing and appearance with Teresa. You have something even heavier on her mind. That's crazy. It's like, yeah, I can tell by the emotional matrix you told me to not make. I will try to adjust. I don't want my personal emotional changes to interfere with the objectivity of those who came after me when they query these records. Yet they are still changing, Kaltzit. Are you afraid? It's not the most efficient way to build a bridge, but it should hold. I'm gonna try to get closer to the singularity. I'll go with you. Yes, I'm afraid. I'm afraid Amiya and the doctor won't be able to find the information I leave behind, and I'm afraid that if the situation worsens to the point that they're forced to take such extreme measures, the trail I cleared for them would no longer be of use. Or that I might mistakenly lead these seekers of knowledge towards a threat I dare not speak of. No, Doctor, I won't let you. Not before I check its condition myself. Amiya. Sorry. I know I'm being stubborn about it, but this is my decision. Whoa. There's the bridge. The bridge formed from countless strands of intertwined information stretches out into the distance to touch upon the singularity. Without the slightest hesitation, Amiya steps onto it, her first step outside the walls of the boundary. A surge. This feeling. It's like the information has formed some sort of great wave, but why? This is only the beginning, I'm afraid. It really is like Teresa said. The information here has mass. We'll most likely find greater resistance the deeper we go. Come back for now, Amiya. I can't maintain stability of the bridge this week. Going this deep has taken a greater toll than expected. I need to keep going forward, as long as I follow Dr. Kaltzit's beacons. The Silver Mountains the Tikaz has entered had entered flit by her. The black shadow cast by the Fahrenheit plunging into the ice field vanished momentarily. She sees more scenes fly past her, as if she was fighting the current of the river of time. More and more incomprehensible, indescribable sights assail her mind. She does her best to block out the unending, chaotic stream of information. Concentrate, Amiya. Concentrate. Just keep focusing on Dr. Kaltit's beacons. Press onwards. I just need to touch the singularity. Holy shit, flashbang. Silence. Amiya cannot even hear her own breathing. What is this place? She just saw the Far Chaser and Sammy's Sword? The Far Chaser? Or the... Oh, the Silver Mountains, yeah. That giant sphere is disintegrating? Looking at the shattered sphere makes her feel dizzy. But it is the bizarrely shaped ship floating in the air that causes an even greater bout of lightheadedness. What is going on? Why am I seeing... As she is trapped in her spell of dizziness, a rotating boulder, slowly, but inexorably, hurtling towards her. Its black shadow quickly fills Amiya's vision. She subconsciously tries to defend herself, but it is immediately followed by the feeling of freefall. Did she fail? Was it a surge of information? Amiya! Doctor? I'm here. Wait, did you see that? The decision thing was like distorted. Amiya senses a hand supporting her, keeping her thoughts steady by bracing her. Yeah, it is distorted. I've got you. Whoa. Oh, it's like the information, like, entities. Hopefully I'm not too late. Doctor, thank goodness. That moment just now. You do your best to support her shaking body as the information wave surging from the singularity continues its assault. The information, so dense it has nearly taken true shape, washes over your thoughts, leaving behind jumbled afterimages in the void. It is the past long gone, the present being recorded en masse, and what seems to be the future, foreseeing your next steps. It's a shame that right now you do not have the energy to spare to pay it any heed. The two of you have already made the long trek from the boundary to this point, without even noticing, and now the singularity? The singularity is right in front of you. Did you see that terrifying scene earlier, Doctor? I did. I'm certain it's not something that took place on Terra. Even more information will show itself to us. Can you still keep going, Amiya? Yes, I can. You are well aware of the situation you are in right now. Despite knowing it will have minimal effect, you still subconsciously stretch out your arm to try and shield Amiya. I'll be the vanguard. I've got a lead on what we're here for. I've run the calcs on Kaltit's access records. You can read the key points from my mind. Found them. Using Slumber Bridge as a filter, Dr. Kaltit conducted a total of 79,346 searches. Although all the searches are related to Iridium, according to your speculation, this data is not strongly related to its actual essential nature. If the results are restricted and give us nothing, doesn't the trail run cold here? No. Kaltit retrieved the same entry over and over again. This is in itself some information for us. A repeated retrieval? Wait, can the infinitely looping code made from the repeat query count be deciphered too? You already know the answer, Doctor. Yes, it's a familiar name. Perhaps it's a warning. I've never heard this name. Neither you nor Dr. Kaltit has ever said it before. Priestess? Yeah, they checked the whole ass search history. Doctor, are you seeing what I'm seeing? I'm afraid so. Priestess. You have never seen this scene before, much less seen. You're here. Is that? Take some time to refine your design for parts. I thought you had gone to take a rest. No, I've been thinking about your words this whole time. There is no language that can describe God, as the existence of God itself cannot be understood. You know that was just mindless chatter. I suppose I take it as an axiom. With it as my starting point, would creating language that can describe God means we have the means to understand it? Does the prospect not excite you? Perhaps in the pursuit of the answer to this question, we have been going down the wrong path, trying to understand the nature of the universe with its own laws. You want to use a language wholly created by us to interpret the universe. A far too audacious idea, priestess. Is it? Without any further hesitation, she traces out a perfect rhombus in the air. Let's begin, shall we? What are they discussing, Doctor? You have seen this woman before in the assimilated universe. She once accompanied you. But I have faith that when you are truly confused by everything, you will remember the answers you seek were here all along. I will be here. I'm afraid they're discussing Originium.
A truly resounding victory. Let us bask in the cheers of this moment.
Jesus Christ. It just gets worse and worse. It's horrifying. Alright. Let's get this new theme, and then let me see what it sounds like.
Got a light,
and then
Doctor?
we'll go back and do one more node. Oh no, the new theme doesn't have a. It's the background that has the music. It's new for me. Is Mystique from other is Mystique from other things? Okay, let's change it to that one. Why not? All right, one more for the road. Sorry, hold on. You just need to check something. Alright. The scene plays out before you, but no matter how hard you try, you cannot get any closer. Doctor, that person she's talking to you, is that you? Can't say for sure. I don't believe I'll be able to create a language that will allow me to derive the ultimate answer. Not by myself, at least. I stand on the shoulders of giants, after all. From the base I put together with the greatest discoveries of our colleagues' respective fields, I will continue onwards. Even if nothing will come of it in the end? Of course, it wouldn't be the first time. Does it look like we have anything better to do while we quietly wait for the darkness to swallow us? Besides, I'm sure you won't say no to me. So, where are you starting your research from? Priestess does not answer, electing to instead look at the faint dawn light peeking over the horizon. The one next to her does not bother her any further. The two of them simply stand aboard the deck. You look at her and subconsciously tell yourself she's pondering something again. Why did you think that all of a sudden? What is it, Doctor? Nothing, just zoned out. I don't think we'll be finding any important clues here. The information Dr. Kaltzit wants isn't here. This is most likely a fragmented history from before Originium was born. Based on what I experienced in the assimilated universe, at least. Doctor, you mean what we're seeing right now is because you... That's not all, I'm afraid. Then that huge ship floating in the sky and that giant shattered sphere are also... I'm not sure what relation I have with them. We'll make it clear then. But since you're sure this isn't our main target, we should continue onwards. The singularity is right in front of us, but the bridge I built is reaching its limit. The information density here is too high, pressing onwards like drowning in a deep river. How are we going to find the information we need in all this chaos? Allow me. Your thoughts come infinitely close to the singularity, all while the near-physical deluge of information presses down on the two of you. While you yourself seem to be able to adapt to the pressure, you sense a great strain on Amiya. You don't have much time. You pull out every keyword the priestess in the assimilated universe said, and quickly connect together every clue left behind by Kaltzit. Calculate a new result as quickly as you can, then add a new condition. Continue this cycle until you've isolated the information you need. Your thoughts are like diving into an endless ocean of building blocks. What you need to do is not particularly complicated. Find the blocks that are different. Their surfaces finely engraved with the words Cultid left for you. I never forgot. I think we did it, Amiya. Oh, we ended up here. Where are we? Rhodes Island. But this place and our Rhodes Island are completely different. Dr. Cultid once said the ship was excavated in Rim Billington and had to be repaired before it could be used. Just what exactly has Rhodes Island gone through? I haven't the slightest idea. Looks like you're in good spirits today. I guess our efforts paid off. Were you scared, waiting by yourself in the lab? Good timing, then. I'm currently trying to put together a model that reduces the loss of meta-information during transmission through special mediums. Can you try helping me to do some calculations? Alright, that's enough. I terminated your process. You are to never harm your own core unit, even if an order comes from me or her. Protect yourself, Alma 10. Survival is the instinct the living are born with. Oh, so Alma 10 initially started out as like Cat. They didn't go straight to Cat Girl. At least your emotional module is iterating quickly. Do you understand their language, Doctor? I don't. Ignore that person and the thing by their side. You're right. Since Dr. Cultid believed we would be able to find the key, she must have anticipated the language barrier. Look at the glass next to that person, Doctor. It's got writing written all over it. Formulas? It's a shame the development of Originium isn't going very smoothly. If you thought she started as a girl, then got cat ears? I don't think that follows here, because it's a primitive construct and it's purring. No words, no nothing. Oracle, so it has to be a cat, right? We're venturing into uncharted territory here. It's hard for others to keep up with us. While I have been engrossed in debate with her more often than not lately, our experimental progress has slowed. No need to worry about us. If this model's operational efficiency meets expectations, we might be able to cross the first hurdle on Originium's development. Oh right, Luz sent us a message. There's been a rare breakthrough in the Cerula Arbor, and she'll be able to come visit us again soon. Dude, Cerulean Arbor mention? Looks like you're very fond of her. Amiya, we need to note down these formulas. I'm trying. Uh-oh. What's happening? Teresa warned me about this. It's civilized Eterna's baseline logic trying to eliminate loopholes. Because we're trying to transcribe information from outside the boundary. Doctor, I don't understand what the characters in these formulas mean. Forget about understanding them. The information of the boundary begins to reorganize. The loophole is being repaired, and the scene you're witnessing begins to rapidly fade away. I've foreseen it, Alma 10. This model she and I developed, together will succeed. I look forward to the day that language's creation is truly complete. The WDB 2-221E synchronization is still underway. I know that. It's not like I forgot myself, right? The speaker starts to fade away as well. No matter where in this vast universe you come from, I bid you to witness the beacons we left behind, remnants of a civilization now gone to eternal rest. Perhaps it will be our blessing and the final gift of hope. You begin to feel like the person's looking right at you? We will see it come to be, Alma 10. I believe it's so. Wait, what the fuck? The formulas are beginning to vanish. Retreat while we still have the bridge. But I haven't... You still have me. He can see across... He predicted it. He predicted the deep dive of the information matrix. Dude, we were just dealing with just regular ass fucking rebellion and like injustice. Now we're dealing with time complexity and universal forces and Jesus. A massive attack strikes your thoughts and you sense yourself falling. The last act of consciousness you remember is keeping Amiya as far as possible from the singularity and that familiar figure. Thank you for bringing Amiya back here. Now, leave. It is at this moment that the mental link between you and Amiya breaks. Your mind is so exhausted you do not remember anything that happens afterwards. The two of you leave Civilite Eterna. Damn, Teresa just fucking kicked us out. The information erupting from the singularity does not cease, and among the flow, there is an insignificant scene that has never been accessed since the day of its recording. In the quiet of space, a ray of light illuminates a field of stars, bringing with it darkness and despair beyond a doubt. When sensors tens of thousands of light years away receive the image of this star field from the distant past, the planets that these stars shed their light upon are already filled with graveyards and ruins. It has come. Did the presence tell you to use these words to defend her? No, she never asked me to do such a thing when she left. Then keep your wits around her. Don't let her word confuse you. Because if you lay down your guard thanks to her charm, she might put you in danger. That's how her people hunt. It's their instinct. As for the person you're looking for, Priestess, the master of the ship. She's doing some important research right now. I'm afraid her consciousness is shuttling back and forth between various research locations in the starfield. It'll be very hard for you to have a moment with her if she's not willing. Irida, are you so desperate to find her because you want to thank the person who rescued you? Not exactly. I understand that I'm in some fantastical place called the universe and it's not the afterlife either. I even have a wild guess that my home of Terra might be somewhere out there in the universe. But the more I know, the more questions I have. I want to ask her. Why am I not dead? Where exactly is my home, Terra? The Countess looks out through the porthole at the stars in frustration. Perhaps it is because her bishop and the rest of her fellow churchgoers are still praying for her back in her land, but she has no way to respond. She curls up against the wall, allowing the light of the stars to quickly sweep across her face. It turns out you can see time passing by with your own eyes. She has met many people aboard this ship, no matter if they were the respected hood genius tucked away in the lab, or the wanderer of the universe who had survived ruination. Their optimism and kindness have dispelled her initial fear, but she knows that she will never be truly one of the crew of this miraculous ship. I miss Terra already. Broken Echoes.
Let's see. Which insect is falling into my trap?
What is this? Who let you in here?
You got
Stable Sarcoscaster Crystal. Sarcoscaster with the body of Originium. Temporarily halts your DP generation shortly after it enters the field. Oh, it's this fucker. How long is shortly? Stop it.
I have to get serious now.
I'm listening.
Gotta go? Alright, bye Vivi. But yeah, thanks for
I
saying
know
bye.
what nothing can mask the scent of despair.
Roar. We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Once the wind fills our sails, it's time to act.
My fucking DP!
I can hold. Is it correct? Or not?
I can still
quite?
generate DP via Vanguards? Oh, okay.
Let's have a go.
It's just auto generation?
I plant you into the better nature step.
I got this. Focus up.
Is it correct? Or not quite?
Gather around, guys.
No one knows you've stepped into my domain.
Doctor, probes functional. Corazonix, good to go.
Oh, it spawns up there. Get the fuck out of there.
Thus, I speak.
Commence treatment.
I can hold. Is it correct? Or not quite? Whatever. Let's have a go.
Don't you can't hide your fear.
I have to get serious now.
Is it correct? Or not quite? Whatever. Let's have a go.
They only remember my blade.
Doctor, clear images. Check the data.
Air's burning my lungs. Flesh and bone, there's
Nothing can mask it.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Yeah, this enemy is just lock auto generating? Okay, that's good.
My blood is triple flame. Scorch the heavens. The furnace.
Oh, the casters can still be there.
This recipe will stand the test of time.
If it completely halted DP, that'd be super interesting. Okay, well, I think that's where we're gonna end it for today. Let me just check the checklist real quick. So it goes all the way to 20? Yeah, it goes all the way to 20. So I'm a little ways there. I'll just start stream earlier tomorrow, and because I started a little later than I anticipated. I meant to start at 6, but I started 2 hours later because I fell asleep and then I needed to cook dinner. But I guess I'll start stream as soon as I get back from work, and then we'll finish this out tomorrow. What are the medals for this? Clear 1510, clear 1517, clear all non-extreme mode adverse combat stages with 3-star ratings. Clear all extreme mode stages in episode 15 with 3-star ratings. Earn a total of 7 points and that, and then clear the following supply stages. Okay. That's not bad.
Got a light, Doctor?
Oh, we got a new notification. Taking on Terra's toughest. Interesting. Alright. Well, I think that's it for today. Yeah, we'll probably round it off tomorrow. I imagine most of you will probably be finished with the story by tomorrow, and then so I would say just try to avoid spoiling me. That's all I ask. But yeah, thank you all very much. I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.